Hi guys, welcome to Card Art Nexus Night. I'm Paper Plate,
And I'm Eliza.
and we're looking forward to casting this first round of gameplay. Who do we got? I have no idea yet.
We have XPE,
Yeah,
and I don't know who he's facing, but I'm excited to see who wins this next match.
yeah. I mean, XPE is definitely not one you see too often. It's a deck that, I haven't played against very much, but my understanding is it's pretty aggressive. Let's see what we got. Ooh, Pike. Okay.
Hey, Master Yi versus Spike. That's very interesting indeed.
Yeah, I feel like two very different tempos of gameplay, right? XPE definitely trying to get on the battlefield pretty quickly, start racking up the XP, and then Pike, going to take it a little slower probably. I'm used to seeing like Pack of Wonders kind of shenanigans out of this deck.
I wonder if he's playing like Pack of Wonders Pike or if he's found a different playstyle with it, because I think Pike is very flexible with the two colors that he has, red and purple.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of can't go wrong. I mean, like, as far as color combinations go, red and purple, it's still up there. I don't know if there's a better one, honestly, in terms of just tools.
Red and purple is definitely like one of the more flexible colors, but I think the main differentiator between these decks is how well they're able to use like the colors within or the cards within these colors.
Yeah. I mean, like, when I'm thinking hidden, definitely purple comes to mind. And honestly, when it comes to red cards, outside of red Pike itself, I don't normally think of too many like hidden red cards. So curious to see what kind of build will come out of Lobsterology today. But loving the name, Spooky McBooty and Lobsterology. Oh man. All right. But I guess we don't know who's going first yet, huh?
Can I do even?
Indeed, we don't.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they've rolled die yet. Oh,
Oh.
there we. Okay, he's won. Okay, I guess we'll find out in a sec.
I think they might have rolled odd even instead of high rolling because they only rolled once.
Yeah, that would make sense to me. Okay, great. What do we have? Is that
Reckoners Arena,
yeah?
and then
one
Ripper's
when...
Bay.
Okay, sweet. So Reckoner's Arena is, I believe, when you hold here, you trigger conquer effects.
Yep.
Yeah, and Ripper's Bay is when you conquer, you can pay the one to bounce it and make a gold. Okay.
So as expected, a lot of bounce effects from Pike and Reckoner's Arena being very useful for Yi with the Conquer effects and being able to trigger his XP.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Pike is going to lead us off, and I mean, if you're trying to get things hidden out of battlefield, pretty happy to be going first as Pike.
All right, pretty standard opener here with Treasure Hunter, Generator Gold, and an Irresistible Fae Folk on the side of Master Yi.
Yeah, a lot of fun. I mean, if it grabs that Treasure Hunter, we're going to be making some extra treasure. But I guess it can also pull something off of, if he decides to move the Treasure Hunter on the battlefield and hide something, could end up forcing him to use that hidden card.
We'll see how Pike wants to play it.
Yeah. I still no clue on what kind of build this Pike deck is yet, but we'll find out shortly.
So far, I don't see any bounce effects in his hand. We see a Traveling Merchant potentially and another card, but I'm not quite sure what that other card is.
Alrighty, on our first point, I believe, yeah, just a Traveling Merchant. I think that might be a Switcheroo. Yeah, Switcheroo and a Tide. Okay. Let's see, are we going to start by hiding something? Nope, just reinforcing there.
Looks like he declined the bounce as well.
Yeah. I mean, what is the plan? How are we going to protect this battlefield? I do imagine that, we may see some, combat tricks if this, Fae Folk wants to get over just currently what is 3 might. But I guess if Pike's willing to recycle a hefty amount for that switcheroo early, could still win that combat.
Could potentially, yeah. But the issue with playing switcheroo here is Master Yi has so many tricks that he can play in reaction to that switcheroo. He could let the switcheroo go off, and then he could, potentially react with on guard or discipline afterwards to get over that might threshold.
Yeah, agreed. And okay, looks like we're just opting to bounce, keep the Traveling Merchant, and then I'm assuming that's the Tide Turner that was hidden. I don't. Oh, I guess it could be the switcheroo.
Could be the switcheroo.
Is a card that could be hidden. Okay, we'll see.
I struggle to find a reason as to maybe hide a Tide Turner here. Just because you won't really get to play his switch effect if he's on the same battlefield as the Traveling Merchant. Most likely it's a switcheroo to try and combat trick the Fae Folk, but again, it's a really risky play here depending on how Spooky McBooty wants to play it.
Yeah, I think yeah, because if it's a switcheroo and we decide to take the Irresistible Fae Folk to the other battlefield and drag that Traveling Merchant, that switcheroo pretty much is going to go to waste, right?
Right.
So curious to see what Spooky McBooty wants to do here. I mean, if he's playing EXP, and he is, we know that he's going to have a ton of combat tricks, including, I believe, we have a Grim Resolve in it, but instead we're just developing with Grom. Alright, so next turn, we're going to get the EXP going.
And we know that this guy really likes his Groms.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Gromp on Reckoner's Arena is like, we are leveling up fast. You know, if we get on that and, you know, can do a hold, so we will see. I mean, maybe something like a Falling Star out of the Pike could ruin that plan. But outside of that, I'm probably relatively safe unless we're getting Starcrossed or something.
I imagine here, Master Yi would want to swing into the battlefield with both Gromp and Fey Folk and try and pull that Traveling Merchant in order to get rid of that hidden card.
Yeah, that would make sense to me. And it looks like based on the hand, the switcheroo was not hidden. So it was in fact a Tide Turner at that battlefield, which is definitely the safer play.
Maybe he knows something that I don't.
Yeah. I mean, true. I mean, I know Pike exists in the metagame. XPE is definitely a smaller, you know, share of that metagame. So maybe these guys are just feeling it out. Maybe not as familiar with each other's decks or the matchup.
I'll tap 2.
Pike does have an interesting hand so far. Definitely not what I was expecting, or maybe anyone else was expecting when it comes to his hand. So far, not many bounce cards. We don't see the list. We don't see Pack of Wonders. We don't see Treasure Trove.
Yeah, no Bewitching Spirit.
No Bewitching Spirit either. We see a lot of combat tricks, 2-drops. We see Rengar. It looks like he might be already burning out on cards though. Maybe he'll opt to bounce a card. Maybe bouncing Traveling Merchant to keep him safe. Not really known here what he wants to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Since we know there's a Tide Turner hidden there, right? We know we can, if we walk into that Ripper's Bay, we can send the Rengar in. But that'd be Rengar in defense. Yeah, looks a little scary right now. Trying to hold the Ripper's Bay for sure. Does he have 2 up? I don't even believe he can play that switcheroo in his hand, even if he wanted to.
Yeah, it looks like he only has 1 up so far.
Yeah, maybe he's just hoping that, you know, Gromp just wants to start leveling up instead of, you know, approaching this battlefield with the hidden card, and that looks to be the play.
He can, Spooky McBooty can still swing in with Fey Folk to initiate combat. I wonder if he's going to do that. So far, Fey Folk in the back line, and of course, Lobsterology, despite having only 1 card in his hand, he can still play the Pike from his champion zone. So,
ooh, oh man,
realistically, 2 cards.
Yeah. Wow, Gromp getting 3 XP and punching Rengar? This is crazy. This card's like a common, right? Like,
yeah, that's a common. He just has a really cool Nexus Knight promo that you can get by playing at card art.
Dude, yeah.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky, right. Sometimes you're unlucky, you open Lee Sin Centered, but Gromp, that's where it's at. But yeah, I'm curious to see now. I mean, like, Lobsterology, the momentum is not in his favor right now. Like you said, 1 card in hand. Our developed Rengar that we recycled for, or I guess we did not recycle for. We did pay a gold, I believe, for that. Now off the battlefield, and we got to find a way to stop this Gromp from holding, probably. Otherwise, I imagine there's some green Master Yis in the deck that will enjoy all that XP that we're going to accrue.
I think I saw Lobsterology's angle here with hiding the Tide Turner. I think Spooky McBooty played it really well, avoiding that card. Hasn't triggered it with Fey Folk even. But it's really backfiring now as we're getting into the mid game, because now he can't hide that switcheroo. He has to play it from hand. And so it kind of clues Master Yi into the fact that it might be a spell. So he's playing it very carefully. As you can see, he's like thinking about his lines, thinking about what he wants to play.
Yeah, and I like this play. I mean, just developing in the back when your opponent is so low on resources already, and even hiding an additional card. I believe that was probably the back off from hand, yeah. Oh, is that Master Yi on the battlefield?
Oh, he's playing to hold here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of XP on the next turn. Oh, wait.
Okay.
No, never mind. I think that's back at home. Okay. We're getting too hyped. I'm just so excited to see Gromp on the battlefield doing work.
Yeah, but if Pike doesn't do something here to deny Master Yi definitely has that big, solid late game that Pike might struggle finding plays for, because again, if you're level 12 with Master Yi, 12 XP total, all his units come in ready, so...
Yeah, I mean, a fantastic draw for the turn, though, for Lobsterology. It's unfortunate that we know that it is a back-off hit at that battlefield. Otherwise, this Causus would be looking pretty good. I mean, with only one green rune up, I guess it'd have to be a punch first, or I guess it could just be an on guard. But, you know, Switcher would normally win that interaction. But I don't believe there's a combination of any cards in Lostrology's hand that, you know, would win that interaction if he decides to send that Kha'Zix into that battlefield. Though I realize also it's ambush, though. He can't even get it there right now.
Yeah, it's ambush. The best way to play it would be to swing in with another unit and take his opponent off guard. But the problem with playing Pike or having Traveling Merchant on the field, especially with only 2 cards in your hand, is you might want both of those cards. So it's really hard to pull that Traveling Merchant back.
Yeah, I mean, like, the selection is very nice, but, you know, some difficult choices. We've seen that switcheroo in that opening hand since the beginning of the game. And, you know, finally going to get pitched. But I do think, for what it's worth, Fizz looking pretty good, but it looks like we're just going to develop the, you know, purple Pike. I mean, for what it's worth, I mean, it's only 3 points to 1 right now, so we do have some time in this game. But we'll have to see if we, you know, prevent it from getting away from Lostrology here. And, okay, picking up.
There's definitely an angle here for Pike to play that Fizz, especially since we know he had that switcheroo in hand. He could play switcheroo, and then he could play Fizz to replay that switcheroo his following turn for another combat.
Potentially, I believe. Yeah, I mean, that could work.
He definitely has enough runes and gold to do it.
Yeah, I think him taking this turn to develop. Looks like, what are we chatting about at the table? I think we are probably talking about the EXP interaction with the hold here. Yep, and so much XP, so much value off that prompt. You know, 5 for 5, no power.
So now that we're level 6 on Master Yi, Kyle, would you like to show it on screen? Level 3, I believe you get +1 on all units. Level 6 has a different effect. I don't quite recall what it is, but level 12 is the accelerate effect that I've told you about.
Yes. So, I mean, looks like we're finally going to get that Faithful Cannon. We're going to move, hand over treasure to Lostrology if we remember that trigger. Well, hopefully we do, but...
Okay, I'm a liar. It was +1 at level 6.
Yes. Yeah, ready is the final one of it. Yeah. Oh my goodness, if we flip the abilities on this thing, we might be playing a lot more of this here, not the other one.
Yeah.
But yeah, curious to see what the play is. I mean, I don't know if you really want to drop that Kha'Zix in there. You definitely would need more. And with that hidden card there, I think it's very scary to want to ambush in this Kha'Zix, especially because it's not getting the might buff. Oh, I just realized, yeah, we have a hidden card too, which should not be hidden there if we rush the battlefield.
I believe they're talking about, like, if he wants to react to it, but I don't believe he can react to it because it would be battlefield specific if you're playing a hidden card. So it would only affect units on Ripper's Bay, and you can't target your Treasure Hunter and the Feyfolk or whatever other unit is on the other battlefield, as it's battlefield specific.
For the Tide Turner? Is that the case? I guess we'll see. Looks like...
Oh, wait, I forgot. It's a Tide
It's a Tide Turner, yeah. This one's not the switcheroo. Yeah.
Okay, for some reason that was switcheroo.
Yeah, yeah. We're going to make a lot of treasure here with this interaction. And, you know, if we send it over, bounce it back. Oh.
So I believe that's what the judge call was for.
Yes, and this is going to be a little complex. And this is why we have a table judge. So very nice to be able to have this sorted out. I just realized that they're using the +1 might over the legend to make it clear that everything's a little bigger on the XPE side.
I believe right now we're waiting for the final verdict from the table judge. See how he wants this reaction to resolve.
So I can't move Tide Turner to here.
Well, no.
Yeah, I think either way, I mean, I don't think Spooky McBoo is going to be unhappy with the outcome of this scenario.
No, I think he's rather happy with that D-Flight ganking Yi in the back there.
Yes, I mean, it is looking a little rough, especially because everything's overstated. I mean, even this, I mean, if it's the Treasure Hunter over there, like, even if something happened at the Gromp, this Faithfolk is still beating over the Treasure Hunter on its own.
It looks like he still keeps control of that battlefield, activating Tide Turner and switching with Pike, though.
Oh, I like that play. I mean, though the Pike is a little vulnerable right now, okay, perfect. So we do have enough where we could see a Kha'Zix here. And I'm assuming that will be the play, but I'd be pretty scared because that is a, you know what, that Yi's at 5, and there's also a million open runes up. So
oh, and there
it is.
There's the Kha'Zix.
So let's see. I mean, I believe there was a Grim Resolve in Spooky McBooty's hand. If that is the case, then we're going up to 8 to, they'll just be shy, so 8 to 9. But it looks like there's 2 Grim Resolves, so ooh, not looking great here for Lostrology. It's gonna be quite the blowout. But I mean, I can't really blame him. He didn't really have that many options left in hand.
No, he did not. If we recall from the previous rounds, he realistically only had like at most 3 cards in his hand to play around with.
Exactly, and yeah, looks like, oh no, this is gonna be so much XP too. Oh goodness, this is brutal. Oh man, this is a crazy Master Yi deck everyone's talking about, right?
Yeah, definitely top of the meta here. This Master Yi in specific looks like he's level he's level 11. He's ramped all the way, so
I mean oh goodness. I mean, I don't even think if we don't see a green Master Yi, he's probably still fine. He's definitely in control. And also on a nice even point tempo. I believe he should be at 4 right now. So, I mean, we have a Tide Turner in the back to break this. So we really need something off the top to, fix this situation. And that's assuming that there's nothing in Spooky McBooty's hand.
No, I will play devil's advocate here as a green deck player. I don't think a lot of Master Yis actually run not so fast. So if he plays Switcheroo, this could be big for him. Switcheroo him with the Master Yi. I think a lot of the Master Yi decks, both XP Yi and the other Yi, both of them mainly run Defies.
Yes. I mean, yeah, definitely not as common. I mean, if we're seeing not so fast, it's like a 1 of. I don't think I've ever really seen a 2 of anytime recently. But you
I run 2.
We're just not as brave as you. All right, well, let's see. I mean, it's up to Lobsterology to piece this together for this game 1. I mean, it's tough, but so it looks like there is a Bewitching Spirit. So funny enough, this might actually be the Pack of Wonders version, and the pieces just may not have come together. At least not in time, because we're under so much pressure right now.
I will say, though, something we do know about Bewitching Spirit is it's a better late-game card to play than a turn 1, turn 2 play. Because at that point, your opponent would have already been running out of cards. So it's better to try and get rid of their pieces as they put them together in the late game rather than play it right away and help them get rid of useless cards that they may not.
I mean, and that's exactly what we saw. I mean, this, to be fair, it's a Feyfolk, so it wasn't going to affect the math here, but now we have perfect knowledge of what exactly we're playing around, minus the hidden card. But I mean, realistically, could probably figure, I mean, if we're hiding in these colors, what could this realistically be? It's probably like a Zonia's, or it's a Back Off. Both of which, like, I don't think he's really playing into at the moment. I don't imagine we're walking through that battlefield with the hidden card. That seems like a losing battle for sure. So yeah, I mean, he gets at least 1 more turn, because it doesn't look like we're going to try and break this hold from Spooky McBooty. Yeah, so we'll see if we can put it together next turn.
We do know that it's a back off. However, I feel like Azania's here would be absolutely back-breaking for Pyke. Pyke has no assault, no way of really getting over that big might at the battlefield, especially since he has 2 units there to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, we know there's a Fizz in hand, but there's really just not much to do with it. Like, a Starcross would have been nice this turn, but next turn, I don't know if it would be enough to break up the holds. Possibly, but we're still talking about a huge problem here is all the Master units enter ready. You could completely delete this board, and everything off the top is going to be live.
I don't think I've ever seen that Master Yi card before. I know it has an XP mechanic to it, but
yes,
I don't know what that XP mechanic does.
Well, it's some kind of monkey.
I wonder if it's an extra, like, draw 1. Well, we'll see here in a second.
Actually, it looks like it is, because, I mean, we were at 0 cards in hand, we drew for turn, and we still have 1 card in hand, so it looks like we did pick up a card. So that does look to be the case, and if you're facing down Bewitching Spirit, pretty happy to see that. And what are we doing here? Recycling? No. Okay. Hiding.
Another hidden card. Okay.
Okay, let's see. I mean, like, honestly, in my head, best case scenario is like a Starcross here would be quite good. Because if that's a defensive tool on the Ripper's Bay, you can force the hidden out of that and then work with more information. Ooh, Cleave. Is that enough? Because we did pull units back, so potentially.
On the topic of Starcross, I'm surprised it survived the bans. Both Starcross and Fizz, they both survived the bans.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I think they want people to play around with these cards. Like, there are powerful, like, for sure, some of the most powerful cards in the format. But we're also getting a huge pool of more powerful cards. I'm assuming they just want to take away the stuff that, decks will use universally and see how the new cards interact with things in purple. I do think they're definitely keeping an eye on those cards.
I have a hot take, and it's that they shouldn't have banned either of the battlefields. I actually feel like both the battlefields were completely fine. I would have rather they just got rid of Starcross, because unlike Rebuke, where Rebuke was very power hungry. Starcross was not as power hungry.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is, I think my bigger problem with StarCross realistically is its reaction speed and hits your base. So like, if you have the runes for it and a unit that you're willing to pick up into your hand, you will always have a spot to fire it off if need be. And okay, let's see. So just walking in to this. Oh, okay. So yeah, Emperor's Divide. We're just gonna send this Yi home. That makes a lot of sense to me, just because, I mean, we're just trying to double conquer next turn is what it looks like, and it should be fairly easy to do. I mean, at 6 with all this might and things entering ready, that Bewitching Spirit is not particularly good at holding at 2 might. So a fantastic thing to hide and a terrible thing for Lobsterology to see.
And wow, I mean, Master Yi is just so ahead in tempo here. It's going to be really hard for Lobsterology to claw it back, especially being down at least a whole turn's worth of point tempo.
Yeah, I mean, we know we just have a Fizz in hand. I don't know what this Fizz is going to do. Obviously, we could, use it, replay the Cleave, which is what it looks like we're going to do. That would create a tie there.
Unless he swings with both?
Both? I mean, he would have to push up both here.
Okay.
But, I mean, we also know that, unfortunately for him, it is not going to pan out.
He can top deck a card from the Traveling Merchant, though. He has no cards in hand. He has to do as much as he can, which means that since he has no cards to discard, he just draws.
True. I mean, I'd love to see something off the top.
What is that?
Actually, I think that's a Death from Below. I believe that is the Pike's signature spell. So, okay, we got some action, some movement here, but back off coming out and stunning up our cleaved Traveling Merchant. Okay, and that's fine if the play is, murder something. Oh, wait. Is the signature spell slow speed?
I don't know. I don't play Pike, and I don't play into Pike.
It looks like it is slow speed. I do not see... Yeah, so... unfortunate. I mean, now there is not a combination of units you can kill here.
I mean, I feel like he just saw it so late into the game. It could have definitely affected how this game turned out had he drawn into it sooner. Look at how many runes he has. I believe he has all of his runes up. He has 2 gold. He could endlessly replay this from trash, I believe.
Yeah, but it looks like this is going to be the end of game 1, whether we, right now or in a moment or two. But yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, talk about bad beats, because I think that's exactly the kind of card you want to see off the top. I'll be honest, even if it was in his hand at the start, I don't know that it would be enough. But yeah, I mean, I think it's totally fair to, especially in game 1, sit here, think this through, and just make sure that there's no lines we're missing. But yeah, I mean, wow, Mr. Gromp going all the way in this game, it looks like.
I think Master Yi just knows something that we don't. Like,
yeah. I mean, dude, he's experienced.
Yeah, he's very experienced.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, let's see. One for the road. Okay.
Bounce, replay Fizz, cleave again.
Yeah, cleave what? We put an axe in our Bewitching Spirit's hand, and then we say go.
I mean, a ride the win here could maybe do something, right?
True. Let me manifest that next game for that.
Next game.
Because I don't think it's happening right now. Let's see.
He's thinking though. He's definitely. He could play something.
Does he have enough energy to... Oh, wait, no, because he can't even buy that back off the Fizz, because I believe it's a 4-drop on that Death from Below, so it's just... Yeah.
I mean, it really depends. Does he have a way to accelerate or defend at least one of these battlefields here?
I don't think so. I mean, I'd love for him to just run out this signature spell and show him what's up, but I don't think it's going to change the math on this one. Oh, yeah. That's it. Yeah. Oh. You had your fun, Gromp.
Yep. I mean, if you know anything about these red decks, they're very known for being aggressive, and so holding is not their forte here. If that's the way that he would like to opt to play the rest of this game out.
Yeah. All right. Looks like it's all you guys. We got a total of a nice crisp 5 might there, which I'll be honest, I don't think is gonna cut it.
Who knows? Maybe he'll just summon a random card out of his deck and he'll win with the heart of the cards.
True. But if we're talking about summoning random things, I do think I have seen another... Yeah, that's another jungle coming out of the deck, and they're all fast. So we're going to be walking on to the Reckoners Arena and closing this out, it looks like, for Spooky McBooty. Okay, yeah. Not opting to play with this food. So that is the end of game 1. But kind of crazy showing from EXPE. It's not gonna snowbally.
I can't say anything. I've lost to EXPE before, so.
Gosh, I mean, I haven't because I haven't played against this guy. And I know I would. So happy to not be on the receiving end of this beating. But hey,
I mean, can you give me your expertise here? Who's better, EXPE or Garen?
I have so many spells.
Man, I'm a huge Garen fan. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's probably EXPE.
Ooh, he's playing a banned card. Someone get this guy off stream.
Oh, Asper's. Well, I mean, for today, I don't believe bans have taken place yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, so hey, last hurrah for our Aspirant's climb potentially. Well, not potentially. We are flashing it, so that should be the battlefield. But kind of cool to see. I mean, this might be the last stream games with some of these battlefields. And on the other side, looks like we got Forbidding Waste. Huge fan of that battlefield. I think, especially for Yi, who wants to get onto battlefields early and start holding for hunt triggers. Being able to shrink those creatures and like having your Bewitching Spirit be able to beat over something like or match something like a Grump potentially is kind of cool. But I'm curious to see what will come out of sideboards for these guys. Do you have any thoughts on what Lobsterology might be considering?
I don't play either decks.
Okay.
For
colors.
Lobsterology, it could be Starcross if he doesn't already have it in his deck. I would be surprised if he didn't already have it in his deck.
Yeah.
But I also have that card sideboarded, so it could be in his sideboard. We don't really know here what he's opting for. He could have something really rogue like an Angler Beast, I believe.
Yeah, Angler Beast would be some cool tech. I mean, it's interesting because I think if you can develop an Angler Beast before we get to 6 XP and get that +1 might, I mean, it does pick up a lot of the smaller guys. I'm wondering if there's like maybe some additional Falling Stars or something like a Piercing Light to handle smaller decks potentially in Lobsterology's deck. Because I can see, I mean, we did see the Bewitching Spirit game 1. That indicates to me it may be a slower plan where we're trying to play a Pack of Wonders and strip our opponent's hand in the long game. If that's the case, stuff that would snipe these small creatures, could be very impactful in game 2.
I think so. Any kill spells here would be very useful, but we also have to keep in mind that Lobsterology does have to take a look at his rune economy and make sure that he doesn't deramp too much into this XPE.
Yeah. I mean, luckily, Lobsterology, I'm assuming, going to be on the play again. So, we'll get the first go at, hiding cards and then trying to lock it down. We'll have to see if, Irresistible Faithful comes out again, because kind of annoying when you're hiding cards. If your opponent can just yoink you off the battlefield, you want to be, planting things out. But, yeah, I mean, curious to see. I mean, Spooky McBooty. Ooh, looks like a pair of Zonias in that hand.
That's
There's no way we're keeping both
gone.
of those. Yeah, but some interesting play on what we could be hiding this game. A little different texture. And looks like we did find a 2-drop, so Spooky McBooty will have something to jam on their first turn.
I will say I'm a little bit surprised Master Yi is not running the Garden battlefields, because not a lot of other decks run the EXP mechanic, so that's effectively killing a battlefield for them if he does decide to run that battlefield.
It's true. I mean, maybe we do have it for game 3. I mean, on the draw, Aspirant's Climb trying to create a longer game, makes sense. And cool. Both players leading off with a pair of 2-drops, and I feel like Traveling Merchant, one of the best here. I guess you could make an argument that Treasure Hunter, because there's probably a lot of power costs and hiding cards cost power a little better in Pike, but can't really ask for too much
Looks
more.
like you might be opting for a kill spell here with Void Seeker. I love Void Seeker. I miss when it was meta.
Yeah.
It's not only a big kill spell, can take out a 3 might unit, so even if this unit were to be at level 6, he can still kill it, and you get the free draw from it as well.
Yeah. I mean, like, the momentum you get by firing off a Void Seeker and actually, cleaning up something out of battlefield is huge, right? It doesn't cost you a card. It does cost you, like, a power here, but I think the breakpoints of, if I'm playing the green deck and I have to play against, Void Seeker, my options for reaction speed things, right? Most of them give 2. So that Void Seeker is still going to crunch it. But in the meantime, firing off that stack deck, just trying to set up the turn. Why did we recycle? It looks like, okay.
We're pitching a mine. Is that mine splitter?
Yeah, it looks like, okay, so we pitched a Mind Splitter. Wait.
Why are we pitching
Why are we pitching anything?
Traveling Merchant hasn't moved.
Yes. I think.
Oh, random order? Oh, okay.
Or was that from stack deck?
Yeah, it might have been an issue with the stack deck. They've seen something extra, but we'll let the table judge resolve whatever's going on here.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I mean,
maybe incorrect shuffling. With stack deck, if you don't play this card often, whichever two that you're putting back to the bottom, you do have to shuffle them. At least in high OPL, in low OPL.
yeah, and normally just offer to your opponent, make sure they, if they want to randomize it, your 2-card hand. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so we're getting it started early this time. Got the Bewitching Spirit. And, I mean, we didn't really see too many cards that could go up a card in Master Hand. That was the only one that did, I believe, last game. So, yeah, Bewitching Spirit starting already to pressure the hand here. Okay, and we get some selection here.
And then, what do we want to pitch? I would be surprised if we do pitch the Void Seeker, but I think Rengar, is that Rengar?
Yeah.
Looks, he's a lot of value, especially on the attack here, so.
Yeah, and I think if you have the Bewitching Spirit in your hand, something like a Mind Splitter where you're already going to be attacking the number of cards in hand is like a completely reasonable thing to play to. Especially because it's such a large body, if you, completely empty out your Yi opponent's hands, it's unlikely they'll have like a unit big enough. Because it seems like we're playing a bunch of small guys at scale versus like a large lump sum unit in terms of might.
Green is a color with a little bit more access to card draw than some other colors such as orange or red. However, it doesn't have the most card draw in the game.
Okay, well, that's Sabotage. Only one thing to take, and it's going to be that Void Seeker we gush so much about. Whoa, that's not in the yard. Definitely to the bottom of your deck. Okay.
But yeah, I think Master Yi here is really valuing stripping Lobsterology's hand as well.
Looks like he's debating. I'm assuming, and if he's thinking about this, he's probably not willing to invest any pump spells to get this Gem Hand Hunter over this Traveling Merchant. I'm assuming if that's the case, we're probably just developing that EXP in the back, because he knows it's safe. Like, there's a Mind Splitter and a, Rengar, so it could be a good time to develop it. But I guess there's also the argument that if you're gonna have your hand, start getting eaten up by these cards, maybe you just want to play some of the cards in your hand instead of something that you're guaranteed to have later.
I will say I don't think I saw a pump spell in his hand. I saw a Zanya's, which doesn't do much for him in this situation. If he goes into Forbidding Waste, Bewitching Spirit can easily kill off his little gym guy here.
Yeah.
So that's not the most effective way to play out this match, and he's going to opt for going to the battlefield anyway so that he doesn't fall behind in point tempo.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it's a little rough here because, I mean, it looks like the way to protect it is this Zonya's, but I don't know that you want to commit that. So, we were reinforcing it. Okay. So we're just going to say, well, wait a second. We know this Rengar in hand. Is this right? This is 6. Okay, but we're going to hide the Zonya's. Sure. Okay. I see the vision.
I would say that's a pretty optimal play that he can do given the cards we saw in his hand.
Yeah, I mean, this Zonya's probably is going to get some good value here. I mean, let's say we, walk in with the Bewitching Spirit, send the Rengar. If I'm Spooky McBooty and I flip the Zonyas, which unit do you think Spooky is going to kill? Do you think... Because killing the Bewitching Spirit is going to keep your hand safe in the long run, but you do know there is a Mind Splitter. Whereas, obviously, Rengar is more might, right? But either way, you're going to be leaving one unit, right? And that one unit is going to be very vulnerable on Forbidding Waste. I probably just kill the Bewitching Spirit and just accept that this Rengar is going to die to whatever gets bounced back on the Zonyas, and hope that nothing else happens for Lobsterology.
I mean, like, again, with the way his Pike deck is structured, you get a lot of value out of Bewitching, out of Mind Splitter, out of Rengar because of Pike Legend, because of the fact you can bounce any of those cards and get their on-play effect back. So Forbidding Waste really isn't that big of a downside for Pike here.
Yeah, I mean, generally a deck that can, if you do take that battlefield, you don't have to leave anyone like as a sitting duck unless you opt to. But interestingly, I mean, I could also just see, like, I believe that's a Ferris Forerunner in Lobsterology's hand, and we do have enough to play it. So we could play the slower game. And Spoopy McBooty is at 1 point and only has 2 cards in hand and 3 runes. So not that many resources to work with. Though you would be giving up, what? I believe that's Hunt 2, Hunt 1, 3 XP. Going up to 4, but that would not be the breakpoint. And it looks like we are opting to do that exact play. We're just going to develop this Ferris Forerunner. Are we going to move that Traveling Merchant back, or do we want to keep it up for the hold? I feel like if I was me, I may want to move that Merchant back, but we're keeping it over there.
Again, with these red-purple decks, filtering is very dangerous. Maybe you have a card you don't want. Sure, you can pitch it, right? But in these specific situations where you do have a card you want to keep in hand, it becomes really tough to want to move that Merchant around.
It's true, and I do think both cards are good. It's interesting, though, because Lobsterology effectively playing, face up. those two cards were known, and then we played the Ferris Forerunner and did not make any exchange of cards. So Spooky Movie knows exactly what's in hand, and that's a fantastic draw. I mean, if your opponent's going to be taking cards from your hand, things that replace themselves are going to be at a premium.
Something to note though, if Lobsterology is unable to break this Master Yi battlefield, he's going to quickly go to 6 and then 11. He's already at 4 right now.
Yeah, I think that is definitely a worry here. Especially now that there's 2 runes up, like Spooky McBooty could have pump spells now, right? We're no longer working with that exact number plus a hidden card. We have more, and we developed most of our might onto the other battlefield. So if I am looking at exactly a Rengar, that is a trade assuming nothing happened. I think that's maybe some wishful thinking when you're playing against orange-green. But let's see. I mean, we do not know what was drawn for turn yet.
We do have enough runes now for Mind Splitter if he chooses to play it though.
That would be giving up the XP to 6. I mean, point tempo technically is favoring Lobsterology, but since we're both just holding back and forth, it's been quite a slow game. And yes, you would take a card, but that hold and that extra time for Spooky McBooty might be vital to get his game plan online.
Yeah, it's Aspirant's Climb as well, so Spooky McBooty definitely wants to have a longer game here, whereas Pike, being the color of aggression, wants it to be a faster game where he can close it out before he runs out of cards or before his opponent can ramp.
Yeah, and it looks like if we're picking up the Bewitching Spirit here, I don't see a way for us to effectively ambush this Rengar in, so probably not trying to break this hold this turn. Looking for some kind of elemental play, going to strip cards from the hand, but it looks like a Traveling Merchant in hand, so not the most efficient way to develop your board.
Honestly, he could move his other Traveling Merchant to pitch the Merchant.
True, and that would be a card that I could see not wanting to be rotting in hand, but we are just going to pass the turn. Okay.
Going to 6 here, I think.
Yeah. So now everything, the
7.
problem has only gotten larger. We're going from 6 to 7.
Yep, and now he has ganking deflect, so he can effectively move from the battlefield over to the other one.
Yeah, I don't know if he really realized this. Master Yi would be able to walk over, and if we're just comparing numbers now, it's a little dicey on the Aspirant's Climb. Though we're talking about a Ferris Forerunner here, so you're not particularly upset if that trades with things. But something to keep in mind.
I don't know if I would have personally kept the Merchant there. He's in such a vulnerable position.
Yeah, it's not really adding too much to that hold, most likely. It looks like we are going to see the EXP charm that is Skyward Strike going to... Oh,
what does the
man.
card do?
So it is a charm, but if you are at the EXP threshold, it will stun the unit, or stun a unit. Actually, you don't have to stun the unit that you move, which is pretty interesting. So I'm curious to see if... I'm assuming if we're going to move this Ferris Forerunner, we're probably stunning it just because that's a lot of might to crash in. Though I guess it's not necessary. You do have a Zhonya's if you want to stun something else to have a free walk-in on the other side, though you already do because that guy's 2. But okay. Yeah, looks like we're just Skyward Striking, moving it in, and this should give 2 mechs here. Yeah, Stream Table should have plenty of tokens. Yep, there's those mechs. We'll see. I mean, I don't feel like this, Merchant is long for this world, but maybe Spooky McBooty is... not willing to send too many resources in for just a lone Merchant when there's so much power.
The Merchant's definitely holding the line here on Aspirants. I think he's been here for 3 turns already.
Yeah. Traveling Merchant. That feels like a lie. I believe he has set up his shop on Aspirant's Climb, and he is not leaving.
He is no longer traveling. He's retired.
Yes, unless the Kinko Initiate has something to say about it. But, yeah, I mean, with only 2 cards in hand... Okay, yeah. I was going to say, I don't think you want to send the initiative. If anything, you're going to, walk your gentleman over.
That's 5, yeah.
And defending Rengar is...
Voidseeker?
Oh, well, I don't believe we had it. Yeah. Wait, does that work? What is the wording on Rengar?
He gets +2 for Assault, I believe. Yes, so that would bring him up to only 3 because he would be defending.
Yes, so... rough. I mean,
looks like we played Discipline on Master Yi's side in response to that, bringing Master Yi up above that threshold to 6.
Yeah, and that's a huge blowout. I mean, like, your ability to retake on the next turn. I mean, don't get me wrong. You do have plenty of might. We do have 8 over there. But, I mean, if you kept the Rengar in hand, right, we are so much more comfortable. And, okay, Zhonya's walk out. Yeah, that makes sense. Don't want to just have that thing explode for no reason.
I will say, though, if he does have a Falling Star or some way to... crack this Zhonya's even if it's sitting in base with the rest of his units, that would make the Master Yi so much more vulnerable, especially since XP Yi here only has 3 runes up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Spooky McBooty, though, did get himself up to even point tempo, so really nice position for him. Honestly, if we send a bunch of resources in to trade with this Yi, like, we do have a switcheroo, but I don't think you're unhappy to see your opponent switcheroo your Master Yi here, just to get over it when you have a Zonias.
So we only have 2 cards in Master Yi's hand, it looks like. Pike could opt here to bounce play Bewitching Spirit, just to shred his hand a little bit more before he swings in and attempts the conquer. Getting that Master Yi out is a really big part of him being able to swing the point tempo back in his favor.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, well, let's see. Okay, so we're just gonna start by walking in. Yeah, totally fair. Bring it up. Now we have 5 mines sitting in the base, and we know switcheroo, merchant, and that mine splitter's still in the back. I mean, we spent a lot of time with this card in hand, and it's not seemed like he's wanted to be in a position to, just deploy that, mine splitter. But I don't know. I think we're starting to run out of time too. Yeah, okay. It is the turn we're gonna do it. I think it makes sense to do it now.
I will say it will be very brutal if he's unable to force a discard. Never mind, there's not a limitation to what card he can discard, so it can be anything in this Master Yi's hand. I wonder what we're gonna see here.
Well,
and it looks like Rengar. That's big.
Yeah, and interesting thing is, if we let this Master Yi hold, we are going to get up to that magical number on the XP, which is 11, and things will start entering ready, which is, I think, very difficult for Lobsterology to handle. So I'm wondering if he's willing to. Okay, looks like he's not going to send anything in to break the Zonias and get this Master Yi off. I guess it would not matter because the Master Yi would still be around and could just walk on after.
Right.
Get that XP back. So we're in a scary space. That Gromp in hand is 5 for 6 readied. Oh, jeez.
So I guess Rengar wasn't that bad of a drawback because now all his units can enter in ready.
Yeah. And, oh, fantastic. What? Scuttle Crab with Might? Oh, goodness. Yeah, it's going to immediately run in and, yeah, threaten this. Oh, threaten trade here. Wait, huh? We're on Forbidding Waste. I believe that is 1-1. Yes.
That is.
Yes, and it looks okay. Table judges caught that, so let's see what we do here.
Looks like Forbidding Waste backfiring on Pike here, giving his mech a -2.
Yeah, I mean, being forced to use your hitting card here on...
He can?
Oh, goodness.
True, it's 2.
Oh, no, this is the worst. Scuttle Crab, please, mercy. Though I will say, it does use up the Zonias on something kind of inconsequential. So, I guess that's not the worst outcome, but oh no, we're going up to 6 on this turn. Though, I mean, there is a Mind Splitter in the back, so probably kind of difficult to,
That's the buffest Scuttle Crab I've ever seen.
Yeah. Wait, have you not played against the other Master Yi deck?
Okay.
Things too.
Fair
you
enough.
walked into it. Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, what's that? Is that 2 cards in hand? Left for Yi? Sure looks like it, so... I mean, when everything enters ready, there's plenty of options here. I'd be surprised if he doesn't just send 1 unit in to get to 6, so then we can threaten, double conquer on the next turn, though it is Pike we're playing against, so that you are opening up the door to, have a million things hidden under you. But, sorry, I realize we're playing on aspirants. We are not threatening any kind of win. There is no pressure.
I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, he can just pull Master Yi back, double conquer next turn, and we need an extra point.
No, he's much more on top of this. It's going to be 2 no matter what. It looks like we are punching the Bewitching Spirit. Makes sense.
The most optimal Master Yi deck or what? He's pulling everything.
He's so experienced. Oh, man. This is great. But, I mean, this, for what it's worth, I guess, I'd be taking so much might off the board, but, this Mind Splitter could do, a Bewitching Spirit impression here.
And a Falling Star a little too late, I think.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, it can still grab 2 units here. I mean, it can take down the crab and, no,
Would
gem
you
hand is...
the crab, though?
You don't. I mean, also, I just realized the gem hand is 4. Because it gets +1 from its own ability.
Yeah.
And then, so... Yeah, I mean, that Falling Stars, yeah, like you said, definitely too late, and it's not a card we saw in the first game. I assumed, it's in the deck, because the deck, Pike does produce a lot of treasure and can pay for that power, but, yeah, unfortunate to see it now.
Looks like either Pike didn't draw into Trove, or he's not running the Trove Pike deck.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. Maybe just opting for, like, hey, the Trove is Pike in my zone, But okay, trying to keep up in that point tempo. But this mech, I mean, I don't think he's getting much backup here, unfortunately. It's also not something you can really bounce because it's a token, so. Okay, let's see what these targets are. And scary, because if there's like a discipline or something here. Oh, yeah, that guy's 4. Oh, yep. Okay.
The bad thing here about Scuttle is even if he had a hidden card in his hand and he played that card as hidden underneath the mech, Scuttle reveals that as well.
Yeah. And this is looking really ugly. Oh, we were spending that just to kill the gem hand. Okay. I mean, could that not just... Oh, it has deflect. Yeah, okay. So that's why you're not targeting the...
I mean, at this point, I would have just eaten the deflect and killed the Master E.
That's true. I mean, like, you got plenty of runes to work with in theory. So...
Plenty of runes, just not enough cards.
Yeah, not enough cards. And, I mean, this Yi is threatening a good amount here, right? Like, it is 5 on its own. So I guess he is not as large as your Mind Splitter, but... Let's see what what he could do to pull out of this.
He has a traveling merchant.
Oh, you're right. Oh man, if only the traveling merchant that was on the Asperger's climb had set up shop back in base at one point and discarded that guy. Oh no, yeah.
The traveling merchant is the card where I have a love-hate relationship with it. When I was playing it in Annie, there were moments where I was like, I want to move this guy, but then I really like the card in my hand. I can't get rid of this.
Yeah. And maybe that's what we had play out on the earlier turns, but I'm the Obserology, just gonna push up that Mind Splitter, go to 6. Curious to see if we're going to pick it up, because I mean it is vulnerable, but I guess theoretically we were trading resources for it. But maybe we're just reinforcing that battlefield. Oh, I mean this could work. I'm not gonna pretend like I can't, but
I mean we could have always mind gamed that merchant, right? We could have mind gamed that merchant, kept it in hand, pretended it was a combat trick of some kind.
Yeah, I'm a little confused. Is there a reason to play the merchant there? Because it's just going to explode? I mean, you already got the conquer point off it.
Yeah.
Maybe he knows something we don't. Okay, I mean...
I'm not the professional pike player, so I will defer to Lobsterology here.
Yeah. And back to the EXP meat grinder. As, oh, goodness.
Master Yi's farming the jungle.
We're picking up all our runes. Is this Green Yi?
I think
yes. Oh no. Oh goodness, pull that up. Oh gosh. Oh, that's not gonna.
Goodbye, Pike.
Yeah, I mean, he's not good enough. Backline not gonna help here when we're staring down what 13.
13 Mai can be chosen by spells or abilities.
Holy. It's just like our bronze games. Oh goodness, he's here.
-2 from Forbidding Waste though.
I don't think so. I mean, on
defense.
Well, we had 2 guys because we hit our pike there. So, oh goodness, and I don't know what we could grab off the top. I mean, we know the card in hand is the Mind Splitter. This Mind Splitter not matching up well into what is currently on the board, but I mean, we're also at 7 points here, right? So, not only you got to find a play to break at least one of these battlefields, but everything is entering ready. I cannot see a world unless there's no board wives in this deck.
I don't think there's a way for Pike to accelerate that Mind Splitter. He can't target the Master Yi with that Void Seeker.
Yeah, so. I mean, we can still fire that off at least and see that extra card. Pair deflect.
It doesn't even kill Master Yi.
It does not kill Master Yi, yeah. Ooh. It just bounces off his chiseled abs, and we draw a card.
Let's see what he top decks here. Maybe it's something that can change the game.
No way it isn't. Oh no.
This traveling merchant is such a gross card.
Oh my goodness. Spooky McBooty showing what a menace. Everyone knows Master Yi is just by far one of the strongest decks. And this is definitely the Master Yi they're talking about, I'm sure.
Right.
Oh, brutal. But hey, congratulations to Spooky McBooty. Putting on an absolute clinic with the XPE deck.
Thank you.
Yeah, just way ahead. But yeah, congratulations to him. And do believe we have a announcement. So I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. But outside of just what we do here on Fridays, we're actually looking to partner up with another store in the area. You may know them, Game Corner. So Game Corner and Card Art are going to be working together with Genesis Black on August 29th, and we're going to be putting on a larger event. So we're going to be having a 64-person side event at Genesis Black in downtown San Jose over at Guild House. So we're going to be offering a lot of prizing. Currently, it's going to be 3 cases split among the top 8 for this event. So if you're in the area or even out of the area and looking to play in a larger event here in the Bay, it's a chance for you to, if you win the full thing, win a full case. Or if you're just in the top 8, we're still going to be splitting 2 cases among the top 8.
Some interesting stuff that you guys might want to know as well is buy-in will be $65, and there will be smaller pricing as well, raffled off to people who might not make top cut, such as packs, an Irelia Lunar New Year bundle. I know that's going for a lot right now, so some of you guys might want to play. Some binders, 4-pocket binders, and of course the Ivern bundle that's event exclusive right now for the English versions, but we'll be giving out an Ivern exclusive, Chinese exclusive bundle as well.
Yeah, and on top of that, outside of that, everyone who enters will be getting, raffle tickets. Outside of just the items we listed before, there should also be some packs. So if you just come in and play, obviously, best of luck to you. Hope you can make it to the top 8. Walk out with some sealed product, maybe even a full case. But outside of that, it will also just be taking place at Genesis Black in downtown San Jose over at Guildhouse. So it'll be a blast. We're gonna have a ton of events firing alongside us. Game Corner itself will also be there vending. So if you're looking to, pick up cards or do trade-ins or find other fun stuff, we'll be downtown there on the 29th, running this event.
And may the best summoner win. I want to see who wins. Will it be a rogue deck? Will it be Master Yi?
Yeah, and in the meantime, in the lead up to this, we're going to continue streaming every single week. So if you want to get some reps and practice for this event, we're going to be streaming every Friday, every Saturday in the lead up to this event. So even if you don't plan on playing or if you're interested in seeing, maybe you'll see some people on the run up to this event, practicing and showing off maybe our EXP, making a deep run. So I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I hope you guys will join us for that. We'll have more details shortly. So expect to see on Card Art's Discord and Game Corner's Discord, information regarding signups, probably by the end of the weekend.
And, keep your eyes out because I have a feeling it's going to fill up really fast.
Yeah, I mean, just for what's worth, it's only 65 slots, so it's not the largest event, which means if you think, you have the chops for it, this will be post Vendetta, right? So we're going to have a lot more tools and people will still be figuring things out most likely. You could be walking home with a full case of Vendetta, along with other fun raffle prizing, and playing on stream. So, if you want to show people, all the, work you did in the top 8, that will be available. You'll be able to, show off a bit.
And of course, all the games will be casted by me and some other casters as well.
Yeah, not me. I'll be there though. So I'll be running it or helping run it. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I think with that, probably going to take a break before the next round. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, we'll be posting more information shortly on Game Corners and, Card Art's Discord.
Don't ask me though. I don't work here.
Yeah. Really appreciate the help though. Fantastic caster. All right. Yeah, welcome back to the Card Art Nexus Nights, round 2. Apologies for the delay. We did have someone opt out of being on the stream, so we're getting another pairing set up.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't believe we know the matchup quite yet, do we? I believe Kokusho,
Annie.
yeah, is on Annie. It looks like we have Annie and Diana. So, ooh, 2 decks with purple, a lot of reaction speed stuff going on. So, interesting to see. Wow. Any insights on this matchup?
Gus is gonna be doing a lot of heavy lifting for Diana here, I think. Annie can run Gus, but not as effective for her because she's going to run out of cards a lot faster. She's gonna burn out a lot faster than Diana, who has access to blue versus her red.
Yeah, agreed. I mean that Diana's your chosen champ. Like Blue Diana, honestly, sleeper card. Right? No power, and on average, you're probably drawing like 2 to 3 cards.
I don't think it's a sleeper card. I think it's a really good card.
Sure. I think for me, on set release, I completely misevaluated that card. So much better than it looked initially to me. But yeah, interesting to see. Curious to see who will be going first here, because if I'm Annie and I get the play, I'm quite happy, and I think I'll probably need the momentum.
Right.
It'll go a long way.
With Diana, it's just having access to blue. That card draw is so strong. Blue card draw and energy, which Annie does get energy. She gets more energy, but the caveat is it has to be at the end of her turn, and also she doesn't have access to card draw at all, so she's very likely to burn out.
Yeah, and I don't feel like I'm used to seeing Abandoned Hall on game 1, so yeah, cool to see. I mean, I think winning the game 1 here, probably be very nice when games can go so quickly against this Annie deck. And okay, looks like Annie did win the die roll and an Inferno start. Very nice.
We do see a Gust in Yummy Panda's hand can play Diana when Inferno swings in. Diana can activate her legend ability, which occurs during a showdown, so it can be an open showdown with no Diana units. And he can activate it to play Gust.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if we're going to have that interaction. But nope, looks like we are just picking up the point. Let's see. Yeah, makes sense to get rid of the hard bargain here. Probably not looking to be holding that up anytime soon. Okay, I was just curious if there's anything that would, answer this Diana Falling Star or something. Probably too early for that, but just means this Diana most likely going to see, a card here.
A lot of might on Annie's side here, knowing he can just flash his units back. I think flash is probably the crux of this deck. Being able to retreat, play very aggressive, double conquer, retreat, and keeping his foot on the gas so that Diana is a lot more stressed out, has fewer options to play around here.
Yeah, it looks like we're just going to start by firing off that Gust, but this is probably going to be the flash to get us off the battlefields. Yeah. And, this Diana, I mean, I don't see... Do we have a way... Okay, we do have a flash in Diana's hand, so, very reasonable that she's probably fine with just walking in, hopefully drawing a card, and then it'll be nice and safe. Ooh, well, that is, unfortunately, not a spell.
Going into the next turn here for Annie, I expect that Annie's going to be running out of cards really fast. I believe she only has 2 or 3 cards left in hand, plus card draw. Yes.
Yeah.
So no access to flash anymore. A bit more difficult of a situation here for Annie to play into. If she loses any units, it will be just that much harder for her to fight back Diana here. I think Diana's looking at ride the win over to the other battlefield, maybe? Nope, flash back.
Just flash. Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, I think it's smart to lead with that Noxus Hopeful. I mean, realistically, if we see a Stupefy or something, that's still not... I believe you'd be happy to take that trade. So, yeah, forcing a flash out here is nice, and double conquer, too. Getting rid of a Rengar, I guess that makes sense. You're already so ahead on board. Probably don't need that sitting back when you also have an Inferno sitting at base. But, ooh, this looks like a Ferris Forerunner to me. And yeah, that's gonna be very annoying. Okay, but it's in base. We know currently there's no Starcross in that Diana's hand, so safe enough. I believe that's probably the biggest punish we could see for a Ferris Warrior tap out.
We do know that Diana does have development options here, but does she want to develop when Annie is already so ahead on point tempo, potentially going up to 5 here? But honestly, she would still be happy going up to 4 if she can.
Yeah, and let's see.
That's tap 4.
Okay,
5.
so we're just gonna develop the way here, and Ooh, good. Oh, we're going in. We are not.
Ride the wind, targeting
Oh, okay.
Ride the wind.
Okay.
Ready, move trigger.
Let's see. I mean, only 2 runes up here, and we still have the Diana energy floating, but I don't believe we have anything to play off of it, so, you know, should be fine, though. I don't really know what Annie would have here to fight over this. Most of the tools are going to be assault, not much on defense.
I believe the only defensive cards in this Annie deck are Flash and that one guy with the red hood and who's really old. I don't.
Yeah, Grim Apothecary.
Yeah, Grim Apothecary.
And you know, on 2 energy, you know, not going to pop up here. And yeah, ride the wind. You know, getting a lot of movement here, right? Getting 2 triggers there. Looks like, yeah, okay.
And it's the only deck that plays that, by the way. So
yeah, I mean, I think some Rengar lists will play Grim Apothecary, but it's not.
I actually haven't seen a Rengar here at card art, so
Yeah. I believe there's only like 1 or 2 guys that might be on the list. Let's see. Ooh, okay.
Longsword coming out.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, currently 4-3. Will we see? Well, I mean, I don't believe we had anything in hand for Yummy Panda here to do, unless, I mean, I guess we could spend the, I stand corrected. Forgot, because we ready 2 runes here. This Moonfall is going to be quite the blowout.
Go ahead and Moonfall.
Oof, yeah.
Not too bad for Annie, to be honest, because if she has a way of double conquering here, or at least even conquering 1 battlefield, she's pretty happy to be up at 4 points, even tempo.
True. I mean, I think my only worry is, since we're tied at points here and we have the Hui developed in the back, a little scary. I don't believe we saw anything that could immediately answer this Hui. It's very likely to continue, at least get 1 more trigger on the next turn. I believe we'd probably have to see another Starcross or something.
As Prismaticism said, Annie's not a bad deck. She can be a rather strong deck, but she is a very pilot-heavy deck. So a bad pilot will be very obvious here.
Yeah, but I mean, looks like we are, you know, just developing nicely, staying in the even point tempo. Second Ferris Forerunner, I mean, if we didn't see a Starcross last turn, yeah, reasonable to just develop. Very annoying unit for Hui to have to beat over. If we don't have a way to get this boy off the point, you know, it's likely, you know, this Ferris Forerunner will be, you know, attacking into a Hui on the next turn.
Annie is down to 1 card, so despite her having 2 runes up to threaten here, not much she can do.
Yeah, and it looks like there's a Stupefy on top, so I imagine we are probably just keeping this. It seems fantastic in this situation, especially when we have the Abandoned Hall. Yeah, goes up a card. What is the next play?
I'm interested to see if that last card in Annie's hand is a Ride the Wind. If it's a card that requires any Fury energy or Fury power to recycle, though, Annie might be out of luck. That might be a dead card in hand.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. I mean, should be an Abandoned Hall trigger, too. We'll see if that, I doubt it's relevant here, but it's not impossible if we end up finding a Moonfall or something.
Another one.
But, you know, if it has been acknowledged, it has not been tracked. And hopefully on this one, we will track the change. Ooh.
And that's a double stack deck for Diana, filtering through, digging through her deck, seeing what she wants here. Likely a combat trick like Moonfall. Moonfall is just such a strong card. -2, a charm essentially.
Yeah, I mean, a Moonfall or Starcross seem reasonable here. I mean, that's kind of the issue with, you know, playing Ferris Forerunners. Like, if they do get Starcross, you're not getting a lot of value off them. Yeah, we'll see, though. I believe I could not see what was taken. Okay, we're just passing it up. So I'm assuming we have some kind of defensive tool here for the Diana, or we're just gonna fire off a stream of Stupefies and other things on that Abandoned Hall and try to get all the mileage out of that battlefield we can.
Looks like Annie is going to march that Ferris Forerunner in, try and go to 6. Very risky here with only 2 cards in hand.
And there's an Eclipse. I mean, I wonder if we have a hard bargain there as the last, or one of the last cards. If
We
not,
might have pitched it.
yeah, if not, I think we saw one earlier and it doesn't look like we have a second one, so it's just gonna happen. Oh, more predicting, and starting to look like we're in a lot of trouble here for the Annie. Starting to, well, I guess we will have, you know, 2 mechs here to play, but this may be getting away from Kokosho.
I wonder if that's gonna be a 3rd Ferris Forerunner. He has enough runes for it.
It's true. I mean, 3rd Ferris Forerunner, I mean, don't hate it. We are at, you know, 4, you know, not going to 6 next turn without, you know, walking onto a battlefield, not holding to 6, so maybe not the worst position if you wanted to play a 3rd Ferris Forerunner, but I would say it's less likely.
if Annie has any kill spells here, could be very brutal for Diana. Falling Star on Hui, Falling Star on Diana. Very easy for Annie to remove them.
Yeah, and it looks like okay. So gonna hold up to 5. We're on odd point tempos here. I do think this play is definitely postured to be able to fight over this battlefield. There's not too many cards left in Kokusha's hand. We'll have to see though. As if we do take that battlefield, we're spitting out effectively almost 8 white because that sword also falls off and can be moved on to another unit there.
I wonder if Diana has noticed by now that Kaisa, I'm pretty sure, was the card that he drew into and played off the top. So that last card could be anything. We don't know what that last card is. Likely not a unit.
Yeah, I'm wondering what would... Yeah, in this situation, I actually don't know what you'd want to see or what you'd want your last card to be here for Kokusho. But I guess we'll find out if it's something live. Yeah, draw discard. Do we have a unit there to crest over that might? Looks like we do. Ravenbloom student. Yeah, gonna be discarded. Up to a nice 8.
Yes, 8 to...
It was stupefied, so yeah, 8 to 7. Yep.
8 to 7.
Okay. Yeah, looking good.
But those mechs are so scary.
That is a lot of might there. I guess we're really hoping we're Yummy Panda here. We really want to find like a flash or a moonfall. Those would be pretty fantastic tools. Oh, but we're just hiding something here. That's okay. Maybe a moment of weakness here that Kokusho could take advantage of. That's a lot of might in dudes. And we still got the sword floating too.
Very, very rare moment here for Diana. Going down to 2 cards, which Diana's going to be drawing a lot of cards. I'm surprised she's gone down to this many. But at the same time, the mechs, the thing about Ferris is it's a very versatile card in that, yes, you can get bounced, but it can spawn in a lot of might, right? Ferris by itself is 1 unit, which wouldn't be affected by Moonfall as much, but if you were to march all of these mechs into a battlefield, that Moonfall could be devastating because it would apply to each individual mech.
Yeah, it'd be an absolute blowout. And, that was the thing. Like, we're seeing, Diana use real cards. Stuff like Eclipse, gives you selection, but it doesn't go up cards, right? So we're spending real cards here to, essentially make the same amount of might in the backline. And looks like we're going to send that Kaisa in with a sword. And, hope that's enough. So that Gust currently
like
not...
Kha'Zix coming out.
Yeah, Kha'Zix definitely coming to play, and that could be a huge problem here. Okay. What is the play?
I'm not sure if Annie predicted that. I haven't seen very many Diana decks run Kha'Zix.
Yeah, it's looking great here. It plays around. To be fair, hard bargain. Not going to do anything here. We had enough might. Ooh, and then, okay. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
That hidden Tide Turner.
Pitching Gust likely.
Yeah, and that's like, that is a fantastic turn for Yummy Panda. Or, yeah, turn of events,
Oh,
the draw.
not at all.
Ooh, okay. Yep, trading there.
Annie here can cascade the might down to his mech, equip the longsword to a mech, run it into Tide Turner, maybe get that Conquer off Zon Warrens, and filter through her hand to see what else she can get in case those 2 cards are useless in this situation.
Yeah, did we see, or did you see what was pitched off of the Hui move? Do we still have that Gust in hand?
Yes, we do. He pitched Stupefy, actually, because I think he values the +1 off of Abandoned Hall and just being able to get rid of 3 might off of one of the mechs.
Yeah. In this situation, right, a Gust here is going to cleanly answer that and provide a trigger on Abandoned Hall, right? It is, the most efficient removal spell you're going to get. Yeah. Let's see. Not that many cards left here. Looks like a pair for Kokusho. And shake of the head telling me that currently not looking, fantastic in hand.
I wonder what 2 cards he has in hand. He also has the option of playing that Annie as well.
Yeah.
And playing a card from trash.
Oh, but we are full sending here.
Okay.
The Tide Turner in hand, not going to do much here, but we do get to do the Diana trigger, and that could be a huge problem, depending on what we find off the top.
Diana does have 3
but
3 never mind.
I think we may have forgotten about the Diana trigger there, and that could be a huge one. We're being left with a mech on the point up to 6, and that Tide Turner in hand probably not doing much here, so we need to find some action on the next turn for Yummy Panda. Oh goodness.
Looks like an Accelerated Kaisa draw.
Yeah, that is a huge turn. Potentially a very costly mistake there. Missing the Diana trigger could turn everything here. And I believe we played some spells. Did we not get Abandoned Hall triggers too. I'm realizing we may have missed some might there.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh goodness. Oh, it is when it rains it pours.
That's always the problem with playing fast, right? Like, yes, you know what your cards do, but you can always end up missing small tidbits of information such as Abandoned Hall, Might, or Diana trigger.
Yeah, how this game has turned. What seemed like, potentially, a kind of winning position for Young Panda now looks almost impossible. Yeah, I mean, we're just firing off stupefies here to see if we can find anything, but
Oh, double side turner.
yeah, there's no accelerated units here. There's just nothing we can do. Okay, wow. I mean, that stupefy off the top. I mean, if we got the Diana trigger, could have been a lot of action, right?
That's very decisive round.
Yeah. I mean, that would have been a 2-might swing plus another card. If we hit another spell, then we probably blow that out and can hold pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that I don't know that Diana or that Kaisa is big enough then to fight over it. So yeah, wow. Okay, quite the ending there. Very nicely navigated by Kokusho.
I always love watching these Annie decks come out to play because they're always so fast. Most of their pilots, because of how hard the deck is, know what the deck wants to do, knows most of her lines, and are able to effectively play around it.
Yeah, well, I mean, Yummy Panda, for what it's worth, going to be on the play this game. I believe we just saw a Singularity pulled out the sideboard. I think a good call against a deck like Annie, where you don't have a lot of card advantage, and getting a single 2-for-1 could be the game. And we did see Kokusho did pull out a pair of Ferris Warriors and not a single Starcross from Yummy Panda, which would have been a huge game changer if that had been found at some point in the game.
Now, I'm looking through Yummy Panda's hand as he's filtering through his deck, looking at his cards, seeing what he wants to side in and out of sideboard. And I have a controversial take. I really like Triple Gust. I don't know if Diana runs Triple Gust or just Double Gust, but I feel like Triple Gust here could be relatively good. Not that great, as Annie could play reaction units, but it could be very helpful in curbing those early points from Annie.
Yeah. I mean, reaction units are like, it's reasonable, but I mean, because let's say like a cleave or something, those are reaction speed. So if we're not cleaving in advance, right, those cards go to waste if we swing in. I think Gust would be good, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, no clue how many Gust we may have in the list for Yummy Panda. Also, we are just at local, so people could definitely have variations in the deck list, but it looks like our battlefields, we're showing a face-up Seat of Power for the Annie player. And okay, Targon's Peak.
Like I said previously, honestly, both of these benefit Annie so heavily, regardless if she's going first or second. Targon's just reactivating more runes. Seat of Power, Annie's biggest drawback is by far her lack of draw. Even with Void Seeker, that's why you see Annie's running Void Seeker. And also Kaisa. If you don't draw into Kaisa, suddenly you find yourself running out of cards very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I like the choice of Battlefield for Yummy Panda for what it's worth, though, just because you're kind of on the opposite side where you're a spell heavy deck, but you get the ability to draw cards effectively off your chosen champion. So the ability to hold up extra runes and utilize what you are drawing is big. But looking at the hands for both players, and I'd say that looks like a pretty fantastic start for Yummy Panda. We have a 2-drop of X, and then
I wonder what Annie dropped here. I like the Falling Star in hand. I just don't like it this early on.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if I'm looking at the Vex in my hand, I'm probably feeling relatively insulated to something like a Falling Star. If my opponent wants to Falling Star me, they are recycling into Oblivion early game. So we'll see what the play is. Looks like, okay, we will have a game. We, nice 2-drops, early. Cool. Using all our energy.
I will say, though, if you've ever played the Kaisa Diana matchup, Diana has a lot of very good matchups, being only weak to Master Yi, maybe Irelia. She has a slight advantage into Irelia because of Moonfall and Star-Crossed, but into Kaisa, she actually has a very difficult time getting onto the field because of Singularity, because of those falling stars, just being able to wipe out her board and her having no way to defend her unit.
Yeah. Oh, and hey, well, we may see. Well, I guess we did untap our runes, so we do have a protected Diana here with the Star-Crossed. So if we do go for that Falling Star play, cleaning up looks like probably the Tide Turner, but we will be able to save the Diana if we care. Let's see. I'm sure Kokusho is debating this, knowing that that is an option. Probably trying to see when you'd want to walk in. Okay.
Okay, move trigger going off. Pitching the Flash.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Gus being, a key card in this matchup, and a Gus here could be, quite painful. Oh,
Looks like a
just
trade.
Okay. I'm a little surprised. Let's see what we have.
Kaisa coming out.
Oh, sure.
And then moving on to next turn.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if I'm Yummy Panda, I'm not unhappy with that interaction at all. Feels like, oh, I mean, I'm guaranteed to get my trigger off, Diana here if I want it. And I will also be able to ready my 2 runes because that battlefield has been cleared. Not holding it, so I can conquer it.
You know what I'm eyeing right now?
What are you eyeing?
I'm eyeing, I think that's a Sprite Fountain in his hand. I wonder if he's going to play Sprite Fountain, try and cheese out those early points, and then just develop in the back. He has a lot of options. He has 2 Starcross. He could filter for a Hwei with stacked deck there.
Yep. Yeah, fantastic. I mean, you love seeing the extra card off your free Diana trigger. And yeah, I do think a Sprite Fountain here to, like, if you wanted to pick up the tempo, I don't hate it. My only thing is, like, this Kaisa is going to fight over something no matter what. Maybe it's better to save it for the next turn. But yeah, some kind of development. Since you're going to get your 2 runes, ready, you definitely want to spend some time here developing, I think. But I don't see that many units. I know we had a Vex in hand at one point.
I believe that's a Vex in hand. Might have potentially picked up a Ravenbloom student.
Oh,
looks like Moonfall.
Okay, an aggressive play. I mean, still got 2 energy to work with here, but 3 for Kokosho. Let's see if he has. Well, we know we pitched a flash earlier, so less likely to have that. Ooh,
could be good here for Kokosho. Based off of his facial expression, maybe not.
Yeah, he put hands and face. So yeah, face and.
Yeah, if he has a cleave here, could be a devastating play for Diana. If he has any ambush units, could be really good for him as well.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, it's just the flashback. Do we have? Don't believe we have a hard bargain or anything, so believe that's just gonna happen. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, up 2 points right now. Nice even point tempo again. But, oh, I believe we forgot to ready our runes there for Yummy Panda. Hopefully that doesn't matter too much, but it does mean we are not holding up Starcrossed here. Okay, but ride the wind fine.
Ride the wind.
Okay.
Yep. No hard bargain there, so looks like this will just happen.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Moves over here. I can't do.
Forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, no worries. We're about to see some action here, so I mean, I'm imagining this Diana is going to conquer there, and
I remember now.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, if Diana is able to get that Vex Apathetic onto the battlefield, really devastating for Annie because she's going to be unable to play a lot of her ambush units onto the battlefield. We'll have to develop really early on in anticipation for a conquer.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was kind of surprised on the last turn where we decided not to develop the Vex there, just because we would be getting the 2 runes back. If you played the Vex, you would still have 2 up to, play some D. But, yeah, not the worst outcome, but we are getting a little, low on resources on board here, but a Fizz is the pickup, and I just realized we have 3 Starcross in Yummy Panda's hands. So I think we found where all the ones from game 1 weren't. But I don't know if that's really where we want to be right now.
I think his deck is compensating right now.
Yeah. Okay, but there's the Moonfall, the sequel. But also, I believe I see a flash, the sequel in there. So we may just have an instant replay here.
I think Kokosho's seen all 3 copies of his flash.
Yes, he pitched one.
Yeah, he
played one.
Either pitched one or molded one, and then he played one, and now he has another one in hand.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm probably flashing back here. Oh no, we were in long sorting. Okay.
Okay.
So that brings it back up to 4. It's not quite enough. I guess realistically, it's enough to get over the Diana, and maybe that's what we care about. Or maybe just trying to force out, seeing that we are very low on, runes on Yummy Panda's side at this point. We've been doing a lot of recycling. Maybe trying to force out an extra spell here, and then have the option to flash. But okay, yeah.
I wonder if he would have won that interaction had he kept Rengar in hand instead of developing it. Because then you can let Moonfall resolve, and then you can play Rengar to it, and he will be completely unaffected by Moonfall.
True. Yeah, I think that would have been a pretty heads-up play. I mean, I don't hate having the Rengar developed either. Being able to just, like, play a little face-up.
Right.
Force your opponent into some uncomfortable positions on how they want to push up and forward. Seeing it face-up is a thing, though. Yeah, it's probably still fine at the end of the day.
Again, it's kind of like, what will your opponent do? Will Yummy Panda develop that Vex? If that Vex is developed, your Rengar likely is going to go to waste.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't and he plays Fizz like that and he attempts to kill your Kaisa, then now you have something to play in reaction to that.
Yeah, and it's looking really awkward here because, once again, those Starcross not looking particularly good here, and we don't really have any other options. So Kokusho is starting to catch up in those points.
Something I'm really surprised about is we haven't seen the Annie come out, the purple Annie Stubborn.
Yeah. I feel like, I mean, even last game, Kokusho was able to find, claw his way back onto the board. So he never really needed to dig deep and pick up anything from the yard that was, because it is a more developmental play. It takes a lot of energy to make that play, and it looks like, so this is probably another Ride the Wind, based on what I remember seeing in hand earlier.
I will say, at this point in the game, if he still has Falling Star, he's able to play that Falling Star and pick up Annie, replay that Falling Star. Could be extremely devastating for Yummy Panda. Will never get the chance to develop his 2-might units. Even if he plays Hui just dies to Falling Star.
Yeah, and okay, let's see. So we're holding something here. Okay, it is the Starcross. So we did tap the last rune. Yeah, Starcross both, I think makes sense. Hard bargain here, quite the blowout if we have it.
Oh, maybe not? Kha'Zix.
That also works. So, yeah, we are going to conquer.
Kokusho is really making me want to play this deck. It looks so fun.
Yeah, I mean, he's putting, like I said, putting on a clinic. So, I mean, I can see a little bit of frustration on Yummy Panda's side. Can't blame him. He's been putting up a good fight, but like, there's just so much might at every turn, and we have not been able to develop enough units. And I think that missed window on the Vex earlier, really feeling that right now. Especially because the Sprite Fountain in hand, without any other extra tools, like it's just not enough might. Everything is slightly too big. We're seeing, piles of 4s here, and Annie's always going to have runes up, so a little scary.
I think Yummy Panda's mistake here is likely with the Vex, again, the missed window on the Vex, and also just trying to play to Annie's tempo. Annie's always going to be ahead on that aggression tempo just because that's the nature of the deck. Yummy Panda does have a way of clawing this game back though, developing the Hui, top decking the Hui, and already being up like a full turn. So not too much of a concern here, especially if he can double conquer, ride the win with Hui next turn.
Yeah, but I believe you mentioned that there was that Falling Star, and unfortunately that will be the hard punish. I mean, if we spend our turn developing,
he might have pitched it.
Okay,
he might have pitched it, so it completely
if he didn't
depends
pitch
if
it,
he
then we
has
have a
it.
game.
Yes.
I think if this Hui gets to play, we still have some room to wiggle here. If not, okay. Oh, we were talking about.
Oh, he's looking for it. He's looking.
Okay. So we didn't have to worry about the Falling Star. I mean, because I do believe he would have fired it off here. So we're digging for it.
I believe when I was last playing this deck, there might be 2 copies of Falling Star. So even if he did mulligan one of those Falling Stars to the bottom, he still has a chance of finding another one in his deck.
Yeah. And, yeah. I think close enough, right? We are just looking for something to, stop this Hui from being able to take any actions. And yeah, I mean, next turn.
Wait, that's actually so big, Brayden. I didn't think that he would play Starcross on his Annie and then.
Yeah, I mean, that's really gross. We're setting up quite the loop in this Hui. Essentially, never going to get developed ever again, right? We cannot spend our entire turn playing this Hui and having it get Annie Starcrossed. So we are in some dire straits for Yummy Panda now.
This Diana is getting the Irelia experience where you try and play your 5 cost just to get Starcrossed over and over again.
Oh, man. This is... I think you talked about it at the beginning of the stream. Where I think this card might be a little too strong, and maybe we should have got hit. I mean, if there's ever been an argument for it, maybe it's this.
Yeah.
Though, to be fair, the player who drew 3 Starcross is the one that's not looking in a great position currently.
Yeah, because, he just doesn't have enough units in his hand.
Yeah. I guess you could say Kokusho, though, has drawn infinite Starcross, and maybe that's why they're in a better position. Okay. Well, there's... Oh.
Vex coming out a little late here. I wonder what he decides to do. Vex might not be enough to march onto this battlefield.
Yeah, and that Sprite Fountain that's been in hand all game is just has not been able to do anything in this Vex. I mean, we're going up to 7 points this turn, and because we're at 4, Kokusho can, doesn't really have to play this game, right? We can just walk back and probably, fight over it after if they want to, or, yikes, a Vex of his own. Yeah, gotta shut down. Oh, yeah, a lot of plays that could bail us out of here.
Okay,
at least make them a lot more
counterpoint though. Fizz Starcross 3 times in a row.
Yeah. I mean, my problem is we also know Kokusho has the Starcross, right? So, hey, this is the last turn. I don't mind playing that deflect. I will pay it all day, and Moonfall maybe is the start of something, but and difficult nonetheless, especially with. And there's so many cards and runes in Kokusho's hands.
He can't Starcrossed. Actually, no, he can Starcrossed Vex, because if she marches onto a battlefield, Starcrosses his Fizz or something. Actually, No, it would need to be in sequence and not in combat. So kind of bad if you're trying to star-cross
Yeah,
the Kazakhs, and it looks like
that
the
is the
scoop.
game. Yeah, wow. Kokosho really just like...
We have 30 minutes left.
I know that. You know what? Game one, I thought there was points where we could be, running into some problems, but I do think some key missed triggers and, may have sealed the deal for Yummy Panda in game one. But Kokosho playing great. I mean, honestly,
Very
finding all the
clean.
windows. Yeah.
And that's what you're going to see from every Annie deck, where it's go big or go home, right?
Mhm.
If we're conquering and we fall behind on point tempo, we can't reconquer, then we're likely going to lose the game. But Kokosho played really well. He always kept his point tempo. Even when he was down, I believe it was 4 points, he managed to claw back by playing really well.
Yeah, I mean, he found a lot of places to develop his units, and like, you're down 4 points, but I mean, it's Diana, right? So like for them to be explosive and close out those last 2 turns when you have that much might and plenty of tools in hand, maybe not the easiest. And we got to see that where triple Starcross, when you don't have any extra, like, you do not want to be picking up your Hui or your Vex, right? You need something small to develop. And yeah, the third Starcross was not it in terms of catching Yummy Panda back up. So
I think probably that's the reason he played Hui. He tried to
Mhm.
play Hui so he would have a reason to pitch those star-crossed,
Mhm.
but then Hui just got star-crossed in return. So
Yeah. I mean, we talked about like, oh, maybe the Swang Star is going to be the big blow up, but arguably, if I'm
just
yeah.
as bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I see Annie Starcross me like that, that might be worse, because I know I am never playing this, play again, right? Even my top deck one, it's just not going to do anything,
Right.
right? So, I mean, yeah, pretty brutal at the end of that game, but yeah, I mean, the first game I think was where Yummy Panda had the room to wiggle and potentially find a spot, but yeah, in this game, small mistake, and maybe I'm not even gonna say mistake, because it's tough to navigate these
Right.
in those tight moments, but like, I do think missing on the opportunity to develop that extra unit really cost them in the long run.
Extra unit, and also just
Mhm.
again trying to keep up tempo to Annie. It's an Annie deck. She's going to, she's going to go hard and fast if you try and hold. So once you get that point tempo, maybe pulling back, maybe playing a little slower, developing might have been the better play.
Yeah, I think like because Annie does not draw very many cards. If you are not forcing them to spend cards on interaction and they just get to play the development, like if Annie gets to play the development game and you're Diana and you don't have many units, it's really difficult.
Right.
Like the Diana deck doesn't necessarily get like super duper tall, right? Without Abandoned Hall, like those might values are not like skyrocketing, right? Certain interactions like full battlefields with Moonball, sure, you can slash a lot of might, but if I just put 9 might here and you have just normal Diana, the combination of cards you would need to clean that up do exist, but they probably cost a lot of power.
Do you know what I want to say right now?
What do you want to say?
I think what would have saved him is triple Gus instead of triple Moonball or triple Starcross.
Yeah. I mean, Gus, like, going both ways. Like, it would have been good, if Diana walks in and you immediately got Gus in, that could have been a pretty big tempo swing too. And yeah, I mean, really well played.
If Gus has no Glazers, I'm dead, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I feel like the more we actually play to the board and, play to our battlefields, the better Gus is. And just because 2 drops, like getting onto the board like early, was such a fundamental part of the game, especially in set 1, that we kind of missed out on set 2, because like you're playing a 2 drop and immediately like, my Draven is now going to draw a card on this. It was like pretty not great. It's kind of cool to see us back where like people are playing 2 drops and small units, and Gus really does have room to shine. Being reaction speed is pretty fantastic. And the thing it's punishing realistically is like some of the best cards in the game, which are your cheap early units that are non-committal and like don't cost you in recycling. So I like the design on Gus a reasonable amount. I think compared to the alternatives we had in set 1, where like fight or flight, really like there's like no cost. That card did everything. Right. Whereas Gus is like very good in a narrow band of stuff. And when you have decks with this much selection, finding room to pitch it at the right places is like cool. Especially Traveling Merchant. We saw Zon Warrens, Hui, right? Stack deck. So cool to see this card shine again.
Yeah, like Gus is just so flexible. You can play it on your opponents to stop their tempo. You can play it on your own units to get those on play effects with Fizz, with Scuttle Crab. Just a lot of ways you can use that card.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely times where I was wondering, like, hey, maybe when this Diana was walking around, like maybe the proper Gus play is like pick up my own Diana,
right?
Instead of pick up their unit where they're going to redeploy it and then hold up energy in the same way again, right? And your Diana is a sitting duck, like a card like that, like I would say designed elegantly.
Very much so. All right, now onto potentially an extended ad break because we had 30 minutes left. So
yeah. I mean, maybe we can try and get another match on stream potentially with how much we had. But I think for now we're probably gonna take a break for the moment. Really appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll be back for the third round shortly. right, welcome back, guys. Yeah, we were able to find a match. So we're currently in game 3 between these two players. So I believe it is Aurelia versus Diana, and they're just getting set up. So we'll be able to start casting in for you guys shortly. Yeah.
And you guys will want to stick around until the end of this round to hear something special if you missed our announcement at the end of round 1.
Okay, and let's see. So it looks like we had Diana leading off with the Ravenbloom student into Aurelia following up those Boots of Swiftness. Looking at the battlefields, very strong battlefield. Well, to be fair, actually, in this matchup, Abandoned Hall is good for both of these decks. But yeah, let's see what happens. I believe they're currently 1-1, so stack deck. Cool. Curious to see when we'll get.
Oh no, that's so brutal.
Oh, what'd you see?
That was an acceptable losses from Diana. Goodbye, 3 energy.
Yikes. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's exactly the card you want to see here. Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna do it.
Yeah. Oh, we are not gonna have any way to ready our Aurelia next turn if we wanted to develop it. Okay. Well, that is, I gotta say, a pretty ideal start so far for Ren Raiden. And yeah, and more units too, so pressure's gonna stay up.
Double Targon's Peak as well, so Diana's effectively gonna always have a way to play her combat tricks here.
Yeah. I mean, oh, well, we'll see. I mean, if there's any deck that can, claw back into this, Aurelia, once she gets her foothold, right, if she can stay protected, it's very easy for her to walk across the battlefield and catch up in points. But yeah, I mean, these are exactly the kind of 2-drops you want to see at this point in the game too, though. Like, very easy for these Ravenbloom students to get out of hand, if we try to take any kind of combat. But, obviously...
Oh, not Double Targons. Abandoned Hall and Targon.
Yes,
Sorry.
Yes. Yeah, no worries. Let's see. I mean, we're definitely getting our 3rd point here. Yeah.
Could be rough here. I'm like eyeing Aurelia's hand. Not that very many combat tricks we have. Azania's, which could be good, but only one Defiant Dance, only one way to get over the might. Just because Stellacorn doesn't necessarily have those extra might boosters compared to the Aurelia champion. Stellacorn is your draw engine, but again, very hard to get her around if she can't fight things off of these battlefields.
Yeah. I mean, like, this could be the start of some... Oh, whoa, yikes. I was going to say, the start of something nice, but that Vexes could definitely be a problem. I mean, that does leave with Ren Raiden with only, 2 up, and we do know that there is a Defiant Dance in hand for Yoshi. Hopefully there's no Gust in hand for Ren Raiden, because I can smell disaster if we walk in here with that Stellacorn.
Ren Raiden's my goat, but he's kind of being a war criminal right now with that on the battlefield.
Taking the safer route, guaranteeing our card here. And, in that situation, if we were to fight over it with a Gust or something, we have the ability to, pump first or pump on top of it.
Looks like he's letting that point go on Stellacorn, though, but again, tough situation for Aurelia to be in, because if he wants to keep that Stellacorn safe, it means conceding that point to Ren.
Imagine we're just, Tide Turnering here, getting our additional card. Yep. Nice. Okay. Draw a card. Yeah.
Find your center. That's interesting. That's not a deck I run very often in Aurelia. I can see why it's good, but...
Yeah, this might signal to us that this is the Baron version of the Aurelia deck. Trying to get up to, I believe, 10 runes to play a Baron and then take a walk around town. Let's see, though. I imagine we are not developing the Aurelia this turn. It'd be very difficult to protect, so...
Yes.
Okay, we're just going to find your center here.
No counter spells in hand, so... Really hard to keep. That might be a Defy, actually, but outside of that one Defy, it could be Azania's as well. I barely see the glare on it, but outside of those, very hard to keep either Stellacorn or Aurelia alive.
Yeah, and it's going to be a tough position, because Ren Raiden will be going to 4 points here. Back on even point tempo with that one. Applying a lot of pressure, and this Vex is definitely a pain in Yoshi's side. I mean, the interesting thing is, if we don't develop the... Yeah, well, we can't develop the Aurelia this turn. Right, so on next turn, without the intervention of like a Charm or something, that Aurelia will not be able to get into the action, even on the next turn. And, well, not impossible. I do imagine we'll need the Aurelia to, clear these battlefields.
So an interesting tidbit here is, ideally Irelia would develop Irelia, the Irelia champion unit in the back, Irelia Fervent, and then play any combat tricks before swinging into that Vex, so you're not affected by Vex's ability. However, something to consider is if Vex were to play anything in response to that, his units would be going up might, especially that Raven Bloom on Abandoned Hall, and Irelia would not be getting the pump from Abandoned
I
Hall.
believe, do we miss a Targon's Peak trigger? I believe we did, right? Because on this past turn, we conquered with... Yeah, we conquered the Targon's
Yes.
Peak. So that could be a huge one. I mean, we hit a card there, but that hitting card could get blown out by just a hard bargain or something, especially since we don't have those runes up. Hopefully that doesn't cost Yoshi, but just something to keep in mind.
Missing lots of battlefield triggers today.
Yeah, I think it's really easy to forget, especially Targon's Peak when it's going back and forth. The amount of times Yoshi moved on and off that battlefield, I think, not surprisingly, they may have lost track.
Right.
The fact they had conquered that turn. But in the meantime, Ren Raiden looking, pretty comfortable here. I mean, still hasn't even developed Chosen Champion yet, hasn't needed to. So, taking their time, doing some sculpting. We've seen now the second stack deck, that acceptable losses being in the bin too. Kind of scary down the line if we need to rely on gear, just because that's going to be live when we find a Fizz. But at least right now, not a huge part of this equation. But I would say this Vex is a little spooky. If we see a Moonfall here, it's going to be kind of disastrous, I feel like.
It looks like Yoshi is probably sacrificing his Stellacorn to the gods because no runes up.
Yeah,
forgot
just a hitting
Targon's
card.
trigger.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't able to see what it would be. I mean,
It could be a
probably
Zonya's.
Zonya's
Yep.
is my thought. I mean, it could be a back off. It's like tech, you don't always see it.
There's only really three cards that could be. It could be a Zonya's, which it is. It could be a back off, or it could be an Edge of Night, which is a little lesser known.
spicier,
Yeah,
yeah.
a little spicier.
Okay, and looks like we do get the Zonias here. Yeah, I was gonna say it's a little tough because the thing we are saving is not currently that Stellacorn. Yeah, well, I mean, it did draw a lot of cards. Hopefully that's enough work, but yeah, okay. I mean, nothing. Oh, just playing the acceptable losses. Oh, that breaks the Sprite Fountain. I guess that doesn't really matter. It's kind of actually a waste of the Sprite on the back end there, but gets our might over, which is the important thing. Making sure we don't have to play around with that Stellacorn.
I mean, it could be used to reinforce the battlefield, so not quite a waste here.
Yeah.
It would have to go back to Ren Raiden's side for it to die in the beginning of the next phase. And some interesting tech we could do here on both sides as well. The Death Knell, or I believe the temporary trigger at the beginning phase from the Sprite allows either player to play reactions to that.
That's true. And I'm surprised. We were backing out the Vex here, especially with so many runes available. And that's, I mean, if I'm Yoshi, I'm probably kind of happy about that. It gives me a window to develop the Aurelia and score a point if need be. Okay, but that makes sense if we're planning to develop the Diana this turn, right? Sure. Make sure the Vex is safe. It's such an important piece of the game plan.
I think Ren is just in such a comfortable position. He's playing really well, playing on tempo, knowing he's ahead in point lead, potentially going to 6 next turn with 1 Raven Bloom, and also being able to swing in again. That he doesn't really feel the need to keep those units at the battlefield.
Yeah, and I like the confidence that we are playing with here because honestly, Yoshi is really on the back foot, right? We don't currently have any gear developed. We can develop the Aurelia here, and I feel like Ren Raid is almost daring him to, right? Because if not, we're going to have the Vex back on the battlefield at some point, and we're going to fade another turn. Yeah, it looks like Yoshi just under a lot of pressure here.
I can feel my brain wrinkling up with his choice to kill the Sprite Fountain and reinforce the other battlefield with the Sprite.
Yeah, honestly, like I said, I completely missed that, right? I was like, oh, well, this acceptable losses is going to, kind of make the Sprite Fountain go to waste, and yeah, well, the Sprite Enter's ready, so it has to be a defensive play too, right? And if I had to spend resources to get over the temporary Sprite, I'm not particularly happy.
Yeah. Okay, looks like On Guard's coming out.
Yeah, and once again, if I'm Ren Raiden, that's great. Feel free, spend a card, beat over the Ravenbloom student, which has already done the conquering.
So the thing with the Aurelia deck is you have to play very on balance, right? Like you have to balance the fact that you only have so many pump spells, And you also have to balance the fact that if you don't have pump spells for your Irelia, she's just marginally weaker. So how many do you want to play to reinforce your early units so you don't fall behind in point tempo versus keeping my Irelia alive, making sure she has enough ways of choosing herself to swing onto these battlefields.
Oh, let's see. So it looks like we're developing. Oh, we so what just happened? We
Star-crossed,
but in reaction to what? Because it looks like we just played the Aurelia. Can we star-crossed here? Is there anything happening? Oh, the trigger at the end of the turn for the rune. Yeah, that does work because we. Oh, geez, the Targon's Peak actually backfiring there. Oh, yikes. Oh man, yeah, Raiden looking very favored this game. I mean, it's not impossible for Yoshi, but it is starting to feel that way.
He's pulling some tech out that honestly I wouldn't have even thought of.
Yeah, very impressive. I mean, I was trying to figure out, like, wait, where do we get the window to Starcross there? And yeah, remembering our battlefield trigger, key. Yeah, huge on that one.
Yeah, this is why I never play my Irelia into him, by the way. This is why I choose to play Kaisa and make him have a horrible day.
Hey, well, I mean, you know, proven that, you know, with type play, this deck can just look like an absolute beast. I mean, last round, we saw our pilot, you know, put up a good fight, but, you know, a few important mistriggers and small mistakes really did add up. And in this case, it's almost the opposite, where we see all these small incremental advantages just becoming insurmountable.
Just blue-purple has so many options and is so oppressive. I feel like it's definitely similar to the Annie deck in the way that a good pilot will definitely show through, as we're seeing in this game. But compared to the Annie deck, which has marginally less options, Diana has so many more options because of that card draw, because of the options to filter via purple.
Yeah, and this is a tough position. I mean, Diana's at 6. I mean, if we can't break this hold, we go to 7, and that Raven Moonsoon is presenting a lethal threat here. But did we tap out? We may have tapped out on Yoshi's side. I'm not exactly sure.
I don't think we've gone back to his turn yet. So
I see. So we're still manipulating things here. Okay, that makes more sense. I thought I saw someone tapping over. Okay, so
hasn't gone back to him, but even if he does go back, we know that he can never develop that Irelia, and that's the tough part about playing this deck, is because you're not playing a mid-range deck, you're just so susceptible to getting Star-crossed, to getting Star-crossed looped.
Yeah.
And you're so tight on energy that honestly I don't really like running Star-crossed in Irelia. I know I believe the Sydney RQ Irelia winner, he was running Fizz Star-crossed in his deck, but I was not a fan. It's just so energy hungry that I couldn't justify it in my deck.
Yeah. I mean, I think the idea of, like, if you feel like your deck may be attacked, finding an alternative plan to pivot to, you know, can have some merit, and maybe that's where we got the extra percentage points there. But I mean, right now, Starcross, great card, and, you know, really a deck that was seen, like, I think most people were pretty confident it was the other best deck in the format previously. Starcross has really done a number on it, you know, and maybe that's for the best. Maybe Starcross is the hero we need.
I think
to the Aurelia player, maybe not my best choice.
I think Star-crossed is just a little tad bit on the stronger side, because we still have Rebuke keeping those bigger decks in check, such as Aurora, albeit not Elder Dragon, because Elder Dragon will still murk your units.
True. And yeah, Yoshi's got to put it together. Let's see. I mean, we've done a bunch of ramping. I don't believe I see a Baron in hand. Not that it would even help here. We got to find a way to clear both these battlefields. Though I will say, there's not currently too much might in the back of Ren Raiden's board, but that is 4 runes.
I think that's very deceptive, though, because those Ravenbloom students on Abandoned Hall can pump so fast.
That's true. I mean, luckily on the Abandoned Hall we have a, you know, Tide Turner and not a Ravenbloom student, so not doubling up on those, you know, triggers every time a spell is played. But yeah, I'm excited to see if we can, you know, find something here. But leading off with the Stellacorn.
Something to note, Ren Raiden does have enough runes to play a Star-crossed, which can be devastating. We see the Guardian Angel coming out. Guardian Angel's not going to do anything for him. Even after you ready it, if he gets Star-crossed here, he can't develop Irelia. Irelia is a little tad bit too expensive.
I mean, we've committed to this line. We are not playing for the Irelia here. I actually think this is fine, because it's your last turn. You want to see as many cards as possible, and you will get to untap 2 of your, or, you know, stand up 2 of your runes at the end of this turn. So if you're going to have any kind of way to, you know, mount any kind of defense, like, this is probably the way to do it.
He has to push that scuttle in unless he has boots though, because otherwise he won't be able to get to the other battlefields.
Yeah.
Another important thing to note as well is that he has to be able to hold after this.
Mhm.
So he can't just play
Move.
he can't just play to conquer because he's so behind on that point tempo. He's gonna double conquer here, go up to 4, but with the amount of runes he has up, I believe he's going to have 3 after Targon's peak. Will he have enough to withstand the onslaught from that Raven Bloom moving onto Abandoned Hall?
Yeah, I mean, we do know that there's Defiant Dance in hand, right? And I believe we saw Defy too. So it's possible we have the tools here, but, you know, it sucks that we are ending our turn on the... Well, maybe not, actually. It's fine. They both use the Abandoned Hall quite well. But, you know, in the face of a Ravenbloom student, you know, a little scary. We can get quite tall over there. But it's okay. I mean, you know, you're Aurelia. Just have it. Just have, like, triple Defiant Dance, and they don't have any bounce spell, right?
How many cards does Ren Raiden have in hand? Because if he only has 2 cards, that severely limits the amount of lines he has. Looks like he's going for the Diana triggers instead.
Yeah, I mean, maybe playing for the ability to try and pick up this, like, you know... Ooh.
It's a Hui.
Yeah, not what you want to see off the top right now. But, I mean, if we can find a way to get this Celicorn off board...
You can draw that Hui now, actually.
Oh,
from
jeez.
The
Yeah, from the Conqueror. Oh. Is that what we want, though?
Ride the Wind Hui for the win?
Potentially, but, I mean, there's plenty of might on that board, theoretically, right? With 3 runes up, like, Signature Spell gets us there, pretty much.
I mean, if he can play a Fizz and bounce that Stellacorn somehow... could be devastating for the Irelia player, but I think Irelia's starting to, you know, pick up on tempo, starting to find her stride here.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Ren Raiden, though, I've seen 0 defies this game. If I go for the Starcross line, I don't feel like I would expect it to resolve at this point in the game. You know, while it's possible that, you know, Yoshi wouldn't have it, we've seen, like, playing the Stellacorn and this being the developmental play over the Irelia just pay off in spades, because he has seen so many cards off it.
Now, do you know if the errata has actually taken effect yet, or does that take effect with the bans?
For which card?
For specifically the way that Fizz resolves and needing to recycle now, even if the spell gets countered.
You know, that's a good question. I don't know, because I know right now with the battlefields, right, that hasn't taken effect yet. I would imagine if that's the case, unfortunately, the rules probably would catch up with that. I don't imagine they would split that up. I could be wrong there, though. Either way, actually, we get to play some more turns here for Yoshi, and I could see this working out potentially. There's a Hui in the back, but a Charm could change the math on that pretty quickly. Ooh. Yeah? Oh, wow. Oh, it's just a smokescreen. Oh, man. Okay. But, you know, that's probably fine. I mean, this Hui, let's say we had a Charm in hand. If we move it, it is getting bigger. And then we have the smoke screen, so unlikely for the Charm play to work out the way we exactly want.
We definitely see a Defy in his hand. Irelia now, because of Stellacorn, has so many options to play with. We know Irelia's in hand, likely not coming out this game.
Yeah.
No time to develop it.
That's true. I mean, we still have to remember that even if we do all that, this, you know, Stellacorn does have to get to the other side of the battlefield. We cannot let that Diana sit on the battlefield and hold, so curious to see how we'll take this. I mean, you know,
I honestly don't think that's a concern. You just have so many ways of choosing that Stellacorn. Even more card draw when you pull her back as well.
True. I mean, with this many runes, you're right. I would be very surprised if that ended up being a problem. Like, I feel like that would have to be, you know, not making a very heads-up play to put yourself in that situation. But okay, we see, well, we talked about this.
I wonder if that's a Starcross coming out to get rid of that Diana.
Yeah? Okay.
Is it cool
And
if
it is.
I ready this one and tap this? Yeah. Okay.
I mean, yeah, if we can do that and then get it to be on, well, I guess, yeah.
If I was Ren, this is a really scary position for me
yeah.
to be in.
And it's on the way, which makes sense. We get our trigger. So what is our way to get over? What are we opting for?
We still have the legend up, so we can. She's already ready. We can just swing back and then
just anything that chooses.
swing back in. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, like, with that defined hand, I'm feeling pretty comfortable knowing that this hand is completely face up, right? 3 units is not what you want to have in Ren Raiden side, and the tides have really turned. We'll see if Yoshi can make the run back.
Play boots, equip it.
Yoshi a better man than me for real, because
Yeah.
I think I would have just folded after my Irelia got Starcrossed.
I've been very impressed with how they have navigated this game. I mean, outside of that one, I believe they missed the one Targon trigger. Like, it's looked good so far. They have found, like, they've identified what their line of play to win this game is, and followed it to a T. And we're now in this position where Ren Raiden, despite being at 7, kind of not in a fantastic spot. We're about to get board wiped here. Like if we fire off this smoke screen, which I'll be honest, I think you're. Oh, another one though. Okay, but there's only there's 2 blue runes. But let's see if we're fighting over this. I believe we have to.
I
Realistically,
don't think we have enough to play both though. It looks like he's down one rune.
Yeah, now this Defy is gonna end this interaction. Oh,
Discipline.
Discipline, even worse. Not costing us a card, and we still get to hold up that Defy. Wow, 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 wow. Okay.
Pass. Ready to?
Honestly, this Irelia deck should be called the Stellacorn deck because I feel like Stellacorn most of the time is stronger than Irelia, stronger play than Irelia because
I agree. I mean, if I could choose to have the Stellacorn in my champion zone, I would. And that card probably wouldn't be legal either because it's already very good. But wow, it has. Look at Stupefy.
Okay, he's fishing for cards.
I just don't think we fight over that, but I guess we could. Depending on how many Defies we have.
Ren has to end this game now. Yeah. Because if he does...
Yeah, definitely fight for this. Because that's the card for turn. If you
fight
over this Stupefy, there's nothing. The game is over.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Looks like it's over.
Wow, I'm impressed. I am with Yoshi on that one.
You see, Yoshi was stressed out the entire time, and I would agree. I would be stressed out too.
Very impressive. Very, very impressive. Who needs Aurelia? We're just riding the Stellacorn. We're picking up our deck today. And telling our opponents to figure it out.
Yep. High cortisol gameplay.
Yeah, if you look at this picture and it says winner, if we flip the text to loser, I can believe it too. He looks so stressed, and I do not blame him. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy. Thankfully, our first game in this round ended so quickly. We were actually able to get you guys 2 matches. But while we have you guys for this time, we did this earlier, but we'll remind you guys again. Card Art, in partnership with Game Corner, is actually going to be hosting a larger tournament at the end of August on the 29th. We're going to be working with Genesis and hosting a 64-person, 6-round tournament as a side event over at Genesis Black at Guild House in downtown San Jose. Yeah, if you want to talk about some of the pricing.
Yeah, so I'll start with the smaller pricing first. Of course, there's going to be packs and raffles. So even if you don't top cut, even if you don't make it all the way until the end, you still have a chance of winning something. Some 4-pocket binders. Of course, the Irelia Lunar New Year bundle worth probably more than the case. I'm kidding. But comparable to the case with the market right now. And the Chinese version of the Ivern Secret Garden bundle coming out. And finally, of course, for those who make top cut, 3 cases with first place winner getting the entire case, so that's 6 booster boxes worth, and 2 cases split among the other top 8 members.
Yeah, I mean, so if you're looking to compete and you're in the Bay Area looking for something a little larger and you want to play for a chance to just win a bunch of Vendetta product on top of some other stuff we're going to be raffling, definitely stop through. This event, like we said, is a side event over at Genesis Black in downtown San Jose over at Guild House on the 29th. If you're interested, we will be providing more information shortly, probably by the end of this weekend, on both Card Art and Game Corner's Discord. We'll have signups and other information posted there. Entry for the event is $65, and we think it will be a lot of fun. In the lead up to Genesis Black, and end of next month, we will continue to be streaming every Friday and Saturday. So if you think you want to come to the event and you want some extra places to put up reps and play games and maybe be on stream and track your journey up to that big event, definitely stop through too. We're looking forward to streaming the entirety of that event. And
yes, it will be professionally casted or semi-professionally casted.
We'll try our best.
Yep. And of course, buy-in is $65, and Guild House as well may have food available in case you get hungry halfway through the event.
I mean, the rest of Genesis Black will still be running that day, so we're gonna have plenty of other fighting game events at that venue. And if you end up like dropping out of the tournament, there's still other events for you to play, or feel free to stay and watch and see who ends up taking home that full case at first place.
I hope they share one with me.
Maybe. Really appreciate it in the meantime, though, guys. And pretty shortly we'll be starting the 3rd round. So really appreciate you guys sticking around, and hopefully you're enjoying the stream.
All right, I will see you guys then.
Yeah, we'll be back shortly. All right. Welcome back. Long time no see.
Saw each other 5 minutes ago.
I know. Isn't this great? We get so much Riftbound back to back.
Very exciting matches coming up here. Rek'Sai versus Rengar. Talk about not seeing a lot of Rengars. Now we have one.
Yeah, and this is our last round to be streamed today, so I'm pretty excited to see these guys both at the 2-0 bracket. Yeah, exciting. Once again, I'm very curious who's gonna go first and what battlefields we're gonna see. Not sure which version of Rek'Sai too. So I know right now it's a lot more popular to be playing like all the small unit versions of Rek'Sai. Previously, people used to play like the Immortal Phoenix, kind of more control-oriented versions. Curious to see which version we'll see today. I mean, against Rengar, no clue which one would be the better matchup, if I'm being honest.
I've actually played into Rake before, and we saw him previously on stream. It's not the baited hook version, it's the smaller unit version of Rek'Sai here. But I'm excited to see what Zero will do.
Yeah, I mean, too low for Zero.
Yeah, also like, very aggressive deck. Also being a red color here.
Yeah. I mean, I played against too low for Zero pretty recently, and like the Rengar deck can do just be insanely fast. I had a game where they were on the too low for Zero was on the play, and just okay, I'll just play 2 1-drops.
Basically, what Paper's trying to say is he got dunked on.
I got really dunked on. I mean, I missed my turn 1 play after bowling twice. And my opponent started at 2 points and it never caught up. Like, the Rengar deck just can put out so much might and pressure. Lots of stuff getting played at reaction speed, you know. Having orange Rengar in your champion zone is nuts. Especially, it's easy to forget. Like, if you play that card because of Rengar, realistically, it's like a 7 might unit.
Right.
So, really cool to see. Looks like we're rolling off and should find out who's starting shortly.
Probably. I don't know. You might go second.
That's so interesting. I love the color. All too low for Zero sleeves. We just got. It's so colorful. It looks like Emperor's Die and Forbidden Waste. Okay. Sweet.
So again with the erratas, right? Because they're not in effect, I believe Rengar, even without might, can activate Emperor's Dice to bounce his unit back to hand, which is really effective for his legend here, which when playing a unit you get +1 might. So very big advantage for Rengar that will likely be going away given the Emperor's Die errata.
Yeah, it looks like too low for Zero, keeping a full grip of 4, and I did see a Kaisa and an Irresistible Faithfolk, which is a recipe for a very solid start. Yeah, and looks like they're also on the play. So yeah, that's pretty scary stuff on the table here. Gonna go Faithfolk first, especially on the Forbidden Waste. Actually, that's really gross. Oh no. Well, let's see what the answer is. I mean, Rek'Sai, I think you mentioned probably playing a lot of small units, and that's great. I mean, even if you do pull something in there, you're still left with the body, which is nice.
I predict here that Rengar probably does not want to pull someone in. Never mind, I lied.
Yeah, I mean, it's free on this Forbidden Waste. I mean, we're tapped out, so might as well take our freebie. And I imagine if too low for Zero wants to protect this, something like a Grim Apothecary could come out, or even just fine, I'll trade the Faithfolk and just put down a bigger unit, right? Yeah, I'm certain that Faithfolk is not alone if he doesn't want it to be.
Really effectively using that battlefield, forcing the not honest broker his 2-drop to be alone here. Yeah, manufacture to be alone here, taking the -2 and allowing the 1 might irresistible Faithfolk to beat the manufacturer over the head with a stick.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like we've hit in unit. I mean, in these colors, I would imagine this is a red pike. So if we do decide to send that recruit in, maybe in for a nasty surprise there. We do have the red rune to recycle too. Not that they would need to necessarily, just because the Forbidden Waste will no longer give the -2 if we have 2 units there. But we'll see. I mean, Rake could also just, decide to walk into the other battlefield, not take any chances. But kind of a tough position when you're staring down a Kaisa in the back there that will, offer the ability to beat over it and draw a card.
I wonder what that hidden card is. I haven't played into very many Rengar, so I don't know what that could be.
It's gotta be red pike, but I could be wrong.
Red pike could be a great way.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, and that means, right now, for what it's worth, this recruit can still trade with the Faithfolk, and that's not the worst. You do not want that Faithfolk to stick around, so I don't think you're unhappy with that.
Not quite, because Rengar's legend ability, if he assigns that +1.
Oh no, you're right. Oh, this is. Well, we still have 5 runes here, right? It's not necessarily a blowout, unless Rake also forgot, but I doubt.
Double Blood Rush, it looks like.
Yeah.
Clear that battlefield.
Sure. Yeah, and that works out quite nicely then. Well, luckily, looks like too low for 0. Opted not to recycle the red rune, so we're not, getting put too much in the dirt. Though a cold a week now,
Yeah,
looking
very
absolutely
devastating.
juicy. We'll see. Okay, not one off the top.
But will Rick want to play it? It feels like a waste if he doesn't, but at the same time, a cold a week, if he does have one in hand, could be more effective.
Yeah, okay. I mean, if you don't have the cold a week, you don't have the cold a week, so the developmental play, completely fine. Yeah, I mean, this Kaisa is going to draw a card, it looks like, unless we are hiding something like a hidden blade at that battlefield, which, not the worst, like, definitely an option, but looks like Rake is debating, and I don't believe I've been able to see anything in Rake's hand, have you?
No. And also being on an even number of runes, I feel like it's a little less effective for him. Just because most of his units are going to be those 2-drops.
Yeah, and okay, well, I'm assuming that is a hidden blade, but hey, maybe it's like a facebreaker or something. That would actually be kind of ideal.
Pass focus.
Let's see.
Kaisa swinging in to attempt to conquer here.
Yeah. Okay, it is the hidden blade. Oh, okay, targeting the Kaisa.
Hidden blade not the worst because you're still going to like be able to draw from that, which
yeah, I mean, like with all the energy up, and Rengar has a bunch of ambush units. I'm kind of surprised that we were pointing the hidden blade at the Kaisa and not at our own recruit, because this is about to be a blowout. We're about to hand over 2 cards and then also lose our unit, I believe.
But I'll still throw.
Oh, even worse. Oh, not. I guess you don't draw the card.
yeah, you don't draw the card, but you're able to replay and get the conquer anyways.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think I would have been much more unhappy if it was like a reaction speed ambush unit.
Do you mind if I nod? Because I'm throwing the Kaisa.
Doesn't nullify it though, because it's targeting the same unit. I don't know if banishing it.
Yes, it comes back as a new object, so it would not be hidden bladed. But it looks like we're having some conversation. Not exactly sure about what. Do we have our?
I believe they're trying to resolve the way Thrill of the Hunt. So exactly what we're speaking about.
Sure, but is he adding an Inferno here?
She gets +2.
What is? Oh, I think we're going back in time a little. I think what it looks like to me is we are playing an Inferno in response to the hidden blade, then throw the hunting to the other battlefield.
I think that better resolves that, right? Because not only are we able to conquer one battlefield, we're allowed to conquer both.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely much better for too low for 0. Looks like him and his opponent are having a conversation about it.
I will pay 1.
Yeah, okay. It looks like that is the play we're making and proceeding with. Yeah, oof, that is
the bounce as well.
Yeah, amazing set of turns for too low for 0 and up to 3 points. And I mean, we do have a Poro in the back here, right? And
I wonder if he has a way to develop an extra unit there with 2 runes up, or maybe he's holding up a punch first or something. We don't know.
I mean, it could be like as simple as an Inferno or something.
Sorry. Well, come on,
yeah, should be a 3. Cool. We got that updated.
I usually try.
Let's see. Are we going to? I see a challenge in hand.
I would definitely punch that Poro.
Yeah, I mean, this +2. I mean, it's now or never if you want to keep it. So. But no, I see a pit rookie. Okay, we are going for the punch. We're deciding to. No, we're gonna be
keep tempo up.
Yeah, keep tempo. We're okay with going down on the runes here. I mean, being at 3 points and eliminating the board, not a bad spot to be. So, let's see. I mean, Rek'Sai, Shilling has plenty of tools to get back on board. We can make a lot of bodies, and on the Forbidden Waste, like a 1 might recruit.
2 for 0 does have the point tempo, but like look at his rune economy. His rune economy is definitely a lot smaller than Rek'Sai, who is able to build in that backline.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, important to note though, the card we did bounce off the Emperor's Die is it is a red Kaisa, so there is a way to catch back up in cards if need be if we end up playing that longer game. But I don't imagine 2 level 0 is gonna be unhappy if they just spend the next turn developing a Kaisa in the back.
And remember, he still has that Rengar sitting in the champion zone, so if his opponent forgets about that, he can immediately threaten with that Rengar.
Yeah. What was your champion again? Let me show you. I have definitely forgotten about playing against Rengar. I forgot it. Right. Don't have to worry about it being in your hand. You just have one here, just hanging out. We'll see. I mean, this is a tough spot for Rake for sure. I mean, if we pass the turn here and go to 5, right?
Rek'Sai is just such a tempo-heavy deck to where if you're falling behind on those conquers, unable to activate your legend, you're going to run out of cards really fast.
Yeah, let's see. Is this... Okay, still no Cold of the Week, just developing a pair of 2-drops. But, because of Forbidding Waste, that pair of 2-drops, can currently beat over what is there, assuming no Rengar is involved. Yeah, going to 5.
Going to 5. Likely pulling back.
Yeah, I mean, at least it is that odd point tempo, right? We're not threatening lethal on the next turn, so Rake has at least an extra turn after this. So hopefully they can find a line that gets them back into this game. And let's see, is this just going to be Kaisa, or are we developing something else? Looks like something else. Maybe that pit rookie that we saw earlier. Yeah. Okay, pit rookie it is.
I'll buff.
Are we going to see another pit rookie, though? He had 2 in his hand.
True. I mean, my thing is, I'd be very surprised if, knowing that we have a Kaisa in hand, if all we decide to play is this pit rookie, then I have to wonder what we're doing the rest of those orange runes are.
I mean, we can't celebrate the Kaisa. We only have orange runes here.
And that's perfect. Yeah, that is much more might. And next turn, if we draw the red, we get to accelerate the Kaisa on top of already having enough runes to play that Rengar. And it's looking really scary for Rake. I'm not sure what the play will be here. I wouldn't say Rek'Sai is necessarily known for being a deck that can hold particularly well.
He would have to, I imagine, find a way to board wipe Rengar.
Yep. Let's see, and what do we flip off the top?
Yep.
I know Rek'Sai does have Falling Star, so he can snipe out a few units here if he draws into one.
Yeah, but just more small dudes is not what you want to see. Though, I mean, you still get some time here to develop if need be. But that amount of might is not doing much development.
Right. Manufacturing base could be a decent option here. Just try and go for the Reconquer next turn.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get as much might as you possibly can. I mean, maybe on the next turn we have some shenanigans involving some Under Titans that can help, push us over anything that is established on 2 low for zero's board. But we'll have to see. I mean, with just 2 up here, I mean, it's fine that this Karen Dredger is going to go. I mean, you're happy to get some value off it compared to any other 2-drop.
I'm peeking at Rake's hand right now. Looks like he only has 3 cards left. Hasn't played any spells, so I imagine he doesn't have many useful spells, if not just units, because he is playing Rek'Sai.
Yeah, I wonder, that turn where we had the Hidden Blade pointed at the Kaisa, that might have been, probably the most impactful swing we had so far. Those extra cards, I'm sure Rake would be quite appreciative to have right now. Okay, and for what it's worth, it's probably not hard for 2 low for 0 to, break. Yeah, I don't think we're holding here. So going up to 7, fine, I guess. But it will. I guess this board will trade with something. Well, maybe not the Inferno, but you can always add an extra unit there to make it have real might.
Likely he'll want to look to just sack those 2 units, look to develop, and see what he can do on his next turn.
Yeah, I see a Thrill of the Hunt in the hand. That could be quite impactful.
Thrill of the Hunt's such a fun card.
It is very good. I think it was
so flexible.
Yeah, it's one of the better signature spells for sure, and one that I think that on spoiler season, people were pretty much thinking about like, oh, this will be fun to blink bring here, not just like this card's kind of just good.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's scary if I'm Rake and I'm walking into at least the known Rengar, right? We don't know anything else. I believe he can do both. He can play Rengar and the Rengar can jump to the other battlefield, and we're playing colors that do not have counter spells. So without a removal spell, kind of difficult to interact with here.
Looks like Rake is thinking about his lines, being very careful with what he wants to do here.
Yeah, I imagine trying to find the most non-committal lines to draw out some kind of interaction here. Okay, that's interesting.
Would have yeeted the bird in there.
Yeah, the bird or one of the other ones, but I guess we're worried about any kind of other random unit getting added in and then not getting to properly trade with stuff. Okay.
Sure, this is that. Yeah. My Rek'Sai here.
What is the thought here? I mean, is there any world where you don't activate the Rek'Sai ability on this one? I feel like you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Undertide.
Ooh, Cold Weed. Undertide. Okay, huge.
We're cooking. There's some good stuff. Okay, that Undertide going to be adding 2 energy to Rake's pool. And that Cold Week, I mean, you can blink across the battlefield all you like. I mean, that Cold Week will still take something.
Unfortunately, Undertide not going to be doing too much to help with the hold situation here, as on play it gives +2, but only for that turn. So when it goes over to 2 low for 0, that might doesn't carry over.
Yeah, I mean, if we can find a way to just clear this board, that might be the play. Let's see. So it looks like we're spending the energy 5. Oh, we are playing it.
We are playing it.
Everything's a reasonable amount bigger, right? So the smallest thing we have now is 3, and that Rek'Sai is 5. Okay.
Definitely helps with the reconquer here, without losing out on your units.
Yeah, my thing is, but we're sending this in alone here. Kind of, I feel like a dicey proposition, knowing that the Rengar is still in the zone here, and could just jump in and eat this guy. But obviously we have a bunch of runes up for Rake, so I'm sure he has a plan. But okay, we're just gonna let it go. This is interesting though. All these runes up. I mean, if we end up not playing anything that too low for 0 can react to, we may end up just like losing the 7 energy we have here.
Or he could stack the battlefield and double Hidden Blade.
True. Yeah, I mean, 100%. I mean, my thing is too low for 0. I mean, if he doesn't get to use the runes this turn, that could be a pretty large swing. Okay, well, that is reactable. Do we want to pull the trigger there? He's thinking about it.
He has so many runes up.
Yeah, I guess the tough thing here is the orange Rengar as well as the Thrill of the Hunt does not let you play stuff to your base. These got to be at the battlefield. So, I mean, if you do jump in here, your Rengar is going to get beaten over by whatever's left.
Yeah, but I mean, would Rengar be on attack here or on defense? I'm guessing he's waiting to see if that resolves. You can play orange Rengar, and then you can play Thrill of the Hunt and play your Noxus Hopeful from base, I believe. Or does that have to be at a battlefield?
No. It's just the thing you blink will have to go to a battlefield.
Yes. So he can blink the Noxus Hopeful onto the battlefield, and that's effectively 9 might.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like we let the trigger go. So, I mean, if Rake doesn't put anything that we can react to here, it could be, pretty interesting because too low for 0 will effectively. Okay, but we can react to this.
Trigger?
That is a trigger.
That is a trigger?
Yes,
looks
now
like he's going for it.
Like, we were looking for this spot. I mean, my thing is, the really scary thing is, if Rake feels comfortable and is like, okay, well, I have that Hidden Blade now, fire it off. Then we got Thrill the Hunt, and that will be a huge blowout.
Right.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm attacker.
Honestly, even if he does have the Hidden Blade, I don't think it's
and there
Hidden
it is.
Blade.
There's Hidden Blade.
I can't imagine it being too bad here, especially if we can blink that Rengar maybe.
Yeah, actually, you're right, because if he blinks the Rengar here, he can win this grouping over here on the Emperor's Die. Importantly, though, we still have all those buff units in the back, so that Rengar is not holding. It is dying. But there's not going to be much might left after that, right? We're left with 5 might there, and an accelerated, like, we know there's an accelerated Kaisa on the horizon from the hand. At a minimum.
I mean, if he conquers, goes over, it's a Holden to 8.
True. Let's see. I mean, yeah. So he's gonna draw off that conquer. Or do you not draw off that conquer? He should.
He should be drawing off that conquer, and then
he's a 7.
It's still Rake's turn, so when it goes back over to too low for 0, he should just win from
Sure, but I mean, Rake still has his turn. Remember, these units in the base are all too bigger, so we do have the ability to beat over this Rengar. But now, without another Hidden Blade, right, the might we have presented in the base is going to get over whatever's on die. Oh, okay, we're bouncing it.
Okay, bounce.
Oh, that probably seals the deal. That is that interaction. We have not patched this out of Riftbound yet. So now I think it's impossible. Even a Hidden Blade here would not do it because we can cascade our might in.
Looks like he's opting to just try and defend that one battlefield.
Sure. I mean, I see the vision.
I mean, it's his only choice, right? Like,
is that even enough? So we have
too low for 0 has. He can't play both Rengar and Kaisa.
Oh, so we have 12 might on that battlefield. So you're right. Unlikely to be able to get over. Well, actually, no. Rengar 7. 11. We already have enough. Assuming we can get another body over, that is. So, Rengar.
So that's 4, 7 on the side of too low for 0 right now. We have Rengar. That's another 5. That would be 12. That's 1, 3... so 4, 9, 11. So too low for 0 would in fact have, I believe, 2 might above.
Yep. Okay. I was gonna say Pit Rookie. Sure.
Playing slow.
Yeah. Up 2. So now, well, I guess we haven't seen where he's putting that. Okay, it is up 2.
+1.
So,
wing, and then another +1. So now he would be above 3 above if he opts to play Rengar here.
Yeah. I mean, he just cannot swing that Sand Soldier in because he needs something to conquer the other side to close it out. So yeah, now the Rengar comes down.
With my focus.
Yep, and that should do it. I mean,
and I'll give this
that's more than enough might. One will survive, and the Sand Soldier takes a stroll into Emperor's Die, and that is our first game.
Very clean gameplay from 2-0 for 0 here.
Yeah. I mean, he found his lines with the Thrill of the Hunt. I mean, when you see your Thrill of the Hunts in Rengar, you are very happy. And on that last turn, really...
Two Thrill of the Hunts to avoid those hidden blades.
Yeah, I mean, that was the tough thing. I think the first one really set the pace of the game.
Right.
Essentially not killing the unit, not going up cards, and still recycling made it very difficult for Rake. And yeah, we'll see what happens in the next game.
I want to see what else Rengar has in his deck. We see a punch first here, but we didn't see that last match. We see Nidalee for some card draw. Card draw being very important in this game, and Rengar not having too much access to it. His colors being orange and red, which realistically all you have, if not your legend, then you would have Kai'Sa and you have Nidalee and maybe Qiyana. We haven't seen Qiyana in a while.
Yeah, not too much Qiyana. I mean, I think nowadays, especially for this deck, Nidalee is probably going to take your Qiyana slot.
Right.
Having that ambush effectively like being a 5-might swing that is not defiable, and if you win that interaction, drawing a card off it is very sweet. But yeah, I think ultimately these colors always difficult to have card advantage, and your card advantages might mix right. My guy is bigger than yours, and that is my card advantage because my guy is going to stick around and I'm going to blow up your board, and you got to figure it out in the turn after. And we got to see that kind of bear out where, I mean, we drew, what, 2 cards off Kai'Sa that game? And I believe that was it in terms of card advantage outside of, you could call Emperor's Die, card advantage, right? Because we were able to reuse those cards and, leave a Sand Soldier behind. And, those made a difference.
Emperor's Die is so
okay.
strong.
He's showing us. So
he's showing.
So animated. Love that.
He's like, I'm showing you my sideboard.
Yeah.
Here's my sideboard.
Yeah, and I think the sideboard makes sense, right? Stuff like Ferris, probably very good when you're expecting your opponent just to flood the board, play as many Cold Weeks as probably possible.
I like the Against the Odds. Against the Odds is such a fun card.
Exactly.
You swing in, it's one guy. Rake might try and stack his battlefield again with like 10 guys, and Against the Odds is going to wipe out a majority of them.
Yeah, I mean, what a perfect name for a swingy pump spell like that.
And it's only 2 energy. 2 energy pump spell.
Yeah.
You play it and you swing in, and that can go up to a lot of might, more than 10 might.
Yeah. I mean, love it as a sideboard choice. Curious to see if we'll see it come into play. I mean, I'm sure if Too Low for 0 sees it, it is going to be very impactful, unless we are very far behind, which is possible. I mean, sometimes I feel like how the Rek'Sai deck will play is they'll play like a Carrion Dredger, you'll play your guy, they'll walk the Carrion Dredger up, Cold a week, they keep a guy and then develop another unit. And
I believe Rengar went first there that last round as well. Going first is just so huge for these aggro decks.
Yeah. And, ultimately, maybe the Cold Weeks aren't even that good because we do know, from personal experience, that 2 Low for 0 is playing like, a grouping of 1-drops, and they do have plenty of 2s also. So maybe Cold Week is not actually the thing we want. Especially, I guess I would expect my opponent to be boarding in Ferris Forerunners as a red deck.
I think it's a really situational card, right? Because in certain situations, if he only has Kai'Sa on the board, it can easily kill off Kai'Sa, can easily kill off Rengar. It can get rid of those bigger might units without your little small guys being at threat. But because Rake fell so behind in tempo, he couldn't just trade 1 for 1. In an ideal situation, if Zero had his 2 might on a battlefield, he has Daring Portal on his, he could just swing in and easily clear out that 2 might that he has.
Yeah, I mean, definitely true. I mean, that's why. I mean, those very timely Thrill of the Hunts. And the fact that those hidden blades, doesn't matter that they're hidden, they didn't catch anyone off guard. They didn't kill anything. It was a huge deal, right? We'll see if we get, like, even a single one. Like, if we can actually take one of these real units from 2 Low for 0 off the board, it would be quite helpful. But maybe, going forward, maybe Rake just does the opposite play and, like, plays safer. Like, if you're going to try and beat over this guy, I'm just going to draw my 2 cards, call it a day, and not risk getting blown out by this Thrill of the Hunt.
Right.
Because ideally, I mean, for what it's worth, if you could force out the Thrill of the Hunt first and then Hidden Blade it when it comes back down, also great, right? You're getting a lot of value off that kind of play. But yeah, let's see. I mean, I'm imagining our Rek'Sai player is going to be going first. Curious to see what battlefields will be on for this game.
I have no comment because I don't play either of these decks. I don't know what to expect. I'm just in for the ride.
I'm expecting a Scarlet Sanctum at some point. Okay, that makes sense. The obvious ones. Yeah, Arena's Greatest. We are on the play here as the Rek'Sai deck.
Still not banned.
Yeah, still not banned yet. But we're going to put pedal to the metal. Try to end this game before, we get jumped by Rengar. Yeah, and actually, if I'm Rake, I'm also not unhappy to see a Seat of Power, right? Seeing extra cards. Oh, thank you. Oh, but we're
Wow.
probably not keeping all that.
Yeah, we're really not keeping at least one of the challenges.
Yeah, my
if not
hero. Okay, man of the people over here.
I'll do 2.
Okay, and looks like both those challenges to the bottom. So interesting. Good to know. Like unlikely.
I feel
We'll see
like
the
whiffing a 2-drop here has to be so devastating for
Oh,
either person.
Absolutely, but I mean, like this deck has so many small units. I don't feel like we're gonna be able to miss a 2 or 3. But oh, that is not the 3 you want.
Yeah,
So,
definitely not the one you want.
and theoretically, this is an ideal start for Rake. Your opponent has played, a subpar turn 1 play. You're about to get going, and we're gonna see some cards off Rek'Sai immediately.
Now, I wonder if he's going to look to develop some more cards in the back, or if he's going to swing in immediately, because if he does swing in with that Poro, the Poro can't just get jumped by the Grim Apothecary here.
True. I mean, my thing is, I couldn't tell what's in his hand. If we find some kind of interactive spell. And we hear too low for 0 through the wall, too. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, we're not the only ones. Okay, that's card advantage. Is this a Cole? If this is a Cole. Okay, not a Cole.
Okay.
But
Nox is hopeful.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
And he can still develop one more unit.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah. I mean, hey, last game was tough. Rake never really found their footing, and this is exactly how we should do it.
He doesn't play another 2-drop. Those 2 runes might go to waste unless he's keeping his hand open for that hidden blade.
Yeah, which is, completely, like, I think kind of playing face up, because I don't imagine there's another option here, but okay, we're going to let it go, which, realistically, kind of fine. Too low for 0, does have 5 runes.
I think that's another Grim Apothecary in his hand. Yeah,
which is not bad. I mean, I think you're pretty happy to have that. I mean, literally, not a bad choice either.
Play the Grim Apothecary to bounce the Grim Apothecary to play the Grim Apothecary again.
And then lose. I don't think you're developing your board. I think you're just like...
He's developing his battlefield, though. What do you mean?
The same guy?
Yeah.
Hey, man, your shift's over. Let me take over.
Okay.
Yeah, but interesting. Okay, so we did not play something off those 2 runes. Maybe we just didn't have another 2-drop.
I don't think Orange has anything.
So yeah, curious to see what we got going on then. Kind of scary. Like you're playing against Rengar.
True.
The minimum we have here is Rengar could jump me. So hopefully we're playing around Rengar jumps me as one of our lines.
You can always forget.
No.
Never underestimate a TCG player.
Yeah, true. Let's see. Oh, a different cat jumps me is maybe what we're looking at. Let's see.
And I believe Nidalee gets Nidalee might get that free draw if she jumps him.
Yeah, but honestly, with 6 up, I think Rake is probably, well aware that this isn't, something will happen here, and is happy to bait something out. Though this is potentially quite punishing if you're letting this resolve, because it will net a card.
2 low for 0 does still have 2 up here. Potentially a Thrill of the Hunt.
Yeah.
3 or 2?
That's 2.
2.
It is 2.
So
So we
potentially
could.
a Thrill of the Hunt.
Oh, this is interesting though. I like this. So I think this is a world where people would potentially I'm going to put Nidalee up to 5. Guarantee it lives without any other interaction. But if you put it on the Apothecary here, right? Even if we, let's say, Hidden Blade the Nidalee, or something happens to the Nidalee, my Apothecary will still trade. So pretty heads up play. I'm not, not something everybody would do, and I like this. We'll see how it plays out though.
If you're on a Discord, just I'm talking to chat right now. Tell me all my misplays.
Tell me all your misplays. Okay. Oh, don't worry. This is a stream, so you can watch all your misplays if they happen. Because so far, I know I'm seeing some. I see the vision. Okay, well that's really unfortunate. Maybe.
No, Thrill of the Hunt to the other battlefield.
It's true if we have it. If we
have it, yeah.
So we will see.
That's gonna be a conquer, and that's gonna be a hold to 4.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I mean, there's still so many runes up for Rake, so.
And then Rake just Hidden Blades your on the other battlefield.
It's true, and to be fair, not the worst. If you're getting your guy Hidden Bladed, you're going up the cards, and you're not. Well, I guess if you Thrill the Hunted, you would be recycling kind of into Oblivion, but you're still at 5 runes, which means you're once again still at threatening Rengar.
I kind of do want this to go to a game 3. I'm having a fun time here.
Yeah. I think this matchup is really cool. I mean, it's a matchup without any purple, right? So we are playing much more to the board, and we're seeing a wider breadth of cards, I'd say. This Inferno is cool. Okay.
I am excited though. Next set, our sideboard's going from 8 to 10.
Hey, it's your card.
Wow, it's a card I forgot about.
Yeah, but how much money is this? So we are
It's,
currently...
I believe it's +2 per unit on the battlefield. So
Right.
that goes up +4.
So let's see. So we're at
Hidden Blade.
8 or 12. Oh, yeah. I mean, well, to be fair, you know, didn't cost any power to do that. You're gonna recover the cards, and we did invest a lot on Rake's side to get over there, right? We did a Blood Rush and the Inferna, and we're still gonna lose the Inferna. So I'll be honest, I don't think it's that bad, right?
Not the worst.
Yeah.
And now Rake's side is completely open, so
yeah, we'll see. Do we hit another Under Titan into card though?
That's not Under Titan.
Oh, okay. That Falling Star. Luckily, no targets.
Did you already get one this game?
I did, yeah.
How many do you have?
I'm gonna see the power.
Sure.
Let's see, and we go again, up to 4. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of spooky. Like, we will be up at, you know, Rengar numbers of runes next turn, but...
And I believe Rake went first. So again, we're seeing how first turn tempo with these aggro decks is just so important.
Yeah, it's just so swingy. Especially when we are on the Arena's Greatest, right? A battlefield that we will not have later on because of these specific reasons, right? It is already so much pressure to be going second. But to be going second when you're, like, you know, effectively down a point tempo, like midnight on point tempo, is just so warping. And we're seeing that.
So I actually have some context to add to this. I actually like running Arena's Greatest when I'm going second because it covers up for that potential 1-point tempo that my opponent could be potentially getting from their 2-drop.
Okay. I think that's interesting. I mean, not a take I've heard before. And, like, I can see the vision. And
I think it's more prevalent in set 1 with Annie, the Annie Kaisa matchup, because that's how I learned to play with Arena's Greatest around those matchups.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, as far as... Okay, well, we got Kaisa rolling in here into what will probably be a Hidden Blade. Which is, you know... I mean, I guess theoretically fine, but we are starting to get tight here, right? Because we're going to go to 6 next turn for Rake. And we're threatening lethal. We currently have no development for 2 left for 0, so a little scary. Obviously, we have a lot of options, but still pretty tight on runes. Because I would imagine, you know, we really would like to develop this Rengar, but, you know, next turn, that would leave us with 2. And, yeah, this is Rake in the driver's seat.
Yep.
Yeah, oh my god, it's goobers everywhere.
I think just revealing that early Under Titan was so brutal.
Oh, huge. Yeah, I mean, like, what turn do I want to see an extra 2 energy? Like, the first turn... You know, you might not be able to use it, but that turn, you know, good. Though I will say he did leave up 2 energy that went to waste, so I guess effectively it kind of didn't do anything.
Did it go to waste though, or was it that turn where he played the Hidden Blade?
Oh, that's true. That's true. You're right. Yeah.
It did go into effect.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, definitely in the driver's seat for Rake, and you know, maybe if we had one more turn for 2 left for 0, it might be different. But I'm looking at there's nothing on the battlefield right now.
2 left for 0 just maybe overheated there with rushing his Kaisa into a known hidden card that likely is a Hidden Blade. Like, that's the only hidden card we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it would have been better to go to the other side. Like, it would have been safe. Like, yes, you leave them with the bird, but like, I mean, what else would be? Yeah, what else would be hidden there, right? Because you need to get on board. Okay, and okay, here's the Rengar.
Maybe draw, like, getting that draw from Kaisa could give you more options. Could maybe draw top deck a Thrill of the Hunt.
Yeah. I mean, you're putting the onus on your Rake in that position to then reconquer on the next turn, right? That Hidden Blade is sitting there, and you know, if they want to, you know, like, it's locking in that Noxus Hopeful there. Cannot leave without sending another guy up there. Otherwise, we're losing the Hidden Blade, and we probably do not want a Hidden Blade or a Noxus Hopeful there.
What are the chances he has double punch first here? Now, we know that Rake has no Hidden Blades. He could maybe Cold the Weak Rengar here.
Yeah, I mean, Cold the Weak would close it out here. I mean, my thing is, double punch first would extend the game, but then the issue is, you know, we can move on to the other battlefield and potentially threaten hold for our final point.
Oh my goodness.
And that should do it. Well, no, Thrill the Hunt. But I guess if we just... Okay.
Does he have Thrill of the Hunt?
I'm assuming he does. Otherwise, we are putting our hand down. There's been so many Hidden Blades. It's got to be one Thrill.
Yeah, that's a Thrill of the Hunt.
There's a Thrill of the Hunt. But the problem is, you know, no matter where you put it, we got 8 might in the back there. So that should be the end of the game.
So you're good.
Well, no. Like, he cannot double conk. Oh, okay.
Looks like it's a scoop.
Okay. Well, we're going to get there because... he could just play to the other battlefield, right? If he takes the other battlefield...
I'm pretty sure he already conquered the other battlefield. So then that would be Rake's conquered.
I see. You're right. Okay.
And I thought it was
Well,
fine,
I
but
mean,
after
you
the
wanted a game
second one-
3. We have our game 3 teed up.
If you didn't,
Do you
I was
feel your
gonna-
brain growing wrinkles
I
yet?
was going to here.
No,
If
it's
I said
so
Inferno
it's so
Ambush,
damn
you
smooth.
would-
But that's not anyone else's fault. That's mine.
Right.
But yeah, we'll see. I mean, we got to see pretty much
Yeah, I didn't
everything
know, like,
work out,
'cause I was
you
like,
know,
even if I
exactly
regular
as Rake
here,
had planned it. Right, the
it-
early
like,
Under
or
Titan,
drilled over,
just
I
having
don't think it
a
helps.
steady stream of
Yeah,
all
'Cause you
these
still have
bodies,
a more
and
light
finding the
energy.
right pump spells at the right
It doesn't
time.
really
Like we did see against the odds come out, but when it's only 2 units and it's pump spells that are making up the difference in might, we did not get to get good mileage
But we
out
have
of that.
Pump sometimes,
You know,
I don't feel too
uh,
bad.
That's just
it's-
the nature of like the Rek'Sai, the gambling deck as well.
Mhm.
Will you see that Under Titan? Will you not see that Under Titan? What will you pull from the top of your deck with your Rek'Sai Legend? Is it going to be something useful, or is it something that might dig yourself into an early grave?
Yeah, and it looks like we are boarding out one of the sabotages there. Not sure what we brought in though. Yeah, but give me a tight one. Looks like it might have been a Bryn here, actually. Interesting choice. But I guess on the play, you will develop your runes slightly. Well,
You know something I haven't
Mhm.
seen, but people were talking about early on in set 2, I believe, here to help hidden card.
oh, you're
Playing
right. You
Bryn
could,
here.
oh, interesting. That could really put a damper on things.
Yeah,
If I,
playing spells on their turn.
yeah. I mean, we talked about it right at the beginning. I was like, oh, you know, most people wanted to try some like pretty cute stuff with the in Rengar signature spell, but you know, hey, game 3, all the marbles on the line, and I really doubt your opponent's going to play around that.
I think less prevalent as well now because we have that Star Cross. We can just bounce the in reaction to Bryn here trigger, bounce the Bryn here so you can keep on playing spells.
Mhm.
But I feel like in a deck like Rek'Sai where you don't have any counter spells, it could just be so brutal for the Rek'Sai player
Yeah.
to just have to pass
find out
turn
here
with
in a
all your
second.
runes up.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a world where, you know, if Too Low for Zero can get ahead and find a window to sequence the Brynir and, you know, the follow-up signature spell, we could lock it out, but we'll see. I mean, there's also a world
Yeah, I
where,
think that's,
you know, Rake
that's
gets off
what I'm
to,
gonna
you know,
do.
reasonably fast start, and
When I
I'm
get
staring at
arena.
Brynir, playing it, passing my turn because they
Next
cost 6, and then they just
Well,
walk
actually, I
over me
guess
and
next
ignore the
week
Brynir.
it's,
That is possible too, so
new.
curious to see how this will
New
work out, but, you know, Too Low for Zero on the play, like you mentioned earlier,
I'll play
these
something.
aggro matchups, it really can mean everything.
Looks like maybe siding in the Bryn here as well so that we don't have to worry so much about those colder weeks, about those, not colder week, but the
The
hidden
hidden
blades.
blades, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
And there's the Candlewick symptom.
Yeah.
And it's, what do you know? The arena's greatest again.
I'm pretty sure though, Bryn here maybe not too effective of a sideboard because they can hidden blade their own unit in response to the Bryn here trigger.
True, but I think in those situations, right, if you get to keep your big unit, right, because we got to see that. The hidden blade completely stifle the momentum and, you know, keep
do
Too
one.
Low for Zero from getting back on the board. You know, maybe that's all we need to get over the finish line is just avoid those hidden blades.
I think it definitely depends on matchup as well because Rek'Sai being red, as we previously talked about,
Ooh.
not having too much access to card draw.
Yeah, true. And
Gotta do
Fateful
it.
Start looking really good again. I mean, exactly what you want as your true draw, right? Threaten something. We'll see if we have something that makes 2 bodies to make it less effective. Yep, there it is. But yeah, I mean, something as simple as like a Pit Rookie could still let this cleanly delete something. We'll see if that is the case.
Okay, let's see what we have here from Too Low for Zero.
Mhm.
Two. Rookie.
Hit
Okay, yeah, there's Pit Rookie, yeah. So,
Default.
yeah, a nice clean curve. This is exactly what the deck wants to be doing. I'm imagining we're going to Candle it, and we're going to see some extra cards while we delete that Faithful Manufacturer. Yep.
Pass focus. Good.
Okay. And let's do our, let's see. Do you remember our trigger?
Candlelit Sanctum
I'll do
trigger.
Candlelit.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, I almost jinxed it.
Recycle one or both.
So
But I
sorry.
have to
Okay,
recycle
okay.
one, right?
Let's see.
I wonder if he hears us through the walls,
I don't think so.
like the ghost
Or
of his
I don't have
past.
to recycle any.
You can leave it as
You can, like,
Man. Let's see. Oh, okay. I see a Nidalee, and honestly, Noxus Hopeful. Kind of ideal, I would say.
Yeah. Could be worse.
Yeah, good way to use your energy for the turn. If you, well, I guess there's no way to put it in your hand. So maybe next turn. But, you know, 2 up here. I mean, this recruit is not getting over that Faithfolk.
I wonder what he's threatening here with 2 runes.
I mean, could be a bunch of things. I mean, all the ambush units are effectively a +1 in might. Could just be something as simple as like a challenge, right?
Thrill of the hunt to the other battlefield.
That would be kind of cute. I think that could, you know, be a very interesting play. Though, with how valuable the Thrill of the Hunts are, I do not know if, like, I don't know if it'd be enough of a swing in tempo that would be worth that.
Oh
Ooh. Ooh, and we're...
Well, he can throw the hunt, right?
He can throw the hunt here, but...
Throw the hunt, pit rookie, Actually, yeah, throw the hunt pit rookie to the other battlefield. Not only are you avoiding the trigger on Falling Star, but you're also able to buff your Faithful past the threshold for Falling Star as well.
Let's see. So Faithful would go from 2 to 3 to... Okay. Oh, not opting for that. Okay. We still got tap out. Okay, there's...
Yes, because it would go to 4.
Yeah.
You already have a buff on it. You get the play, and then also... Actually,
no, you don't buff again. Yeah. Yeah. So it'd only be 3. So, I mean, I think this works out nicely because it looks like the recruit. Oh, there it is. There it is.
And too low for Zero's like just a smile on his face, knowing.
Officer,
oh,
that's
no.
him. Undertitan's there. Oh goodness. Okay, and what are we using that extra? Okay, yeah.
Undertitan might be the savior that Rake needs.
Yeah, I mean, when you find it off one of those flips, right?
Okay,
just unfair, especially this early in the game, right?
Yep.
This energy matters so much more on these early turns, right? And yeah, I mean, Rengar not exactly the best deck at defending. We have an Inferno hanging out, nice crisp 1 might there, probably not where she wants to be. So we'll see how Too Low for Zero plays it. I mean, the point tempo is still in their favor, right? 3 to 2, so and completely playable, but yeah, we'll see. Not the easiest thing to navigate.
Okay.
Yep.
Buffing the Inferno with Pit Rookie.
Sure. My thing is, I'm assuming we are not slamming something into that. What must be a Hidden Blade. Yeah. Though I will say, I mean, looking at it, Rake is at just 2 runes, right? They're not working with much energy going to the next turn without another Undertitan flip. Not that may be that much consolation since there's plenty of might in the back, but we'll see.
I think point tempo favoring Zero enough for him to be able to safely take a turn to develop here.
Yeah. I mean, yes, Rake will go to even point tempo if you step off and develop, but realistically, yeah, you're not a deck that wants to hold, so I think you have to take this turn off.
I will hold it 3.
Okay.
Sure.
And yeah, up to 3, and surely we will see 4. But we do get a lot of looks at Undertitan here, I realize, between the Rek'Sai ability and the Sanctum. Yeah, we'll see. Surely.
It's not a whole lot to work with here. I want to see what Rake does. He does have the option of marching his Honest Broker into that Candlelit Sanctum, activating Rek'Sai Legend, and seeing what he gets off the top.
Yeah. I mean, if we find an Undertitan, great. If we just find a pair of 2-drops, I don't think you're unhappy either. Honest Broker, another one of those 2-drops that you really do not mind, going under. Getting that power back, especially when we saw that there's cards like Falling Star, may be exactly what we need later in the game. So let's see. I'm assuming we're going spinning, but let's stack our triggers so we can see the most amount of cards in the problem.
Another Undertime would just be so brutal here.
It'd be super brutal. But, 4 cards, it is not impossible for us to see another. I imagine we have the full 3. Okay, but we kept something on top. So we do like something we saw there. And it is just things we can play. The hand. So I'm assuming Inferno plus something, or we're just playing the manufacturer and nothing else. Okay, yeah, Inferno plus something it is. Perfectly reasonable. I mean, you're at that even point tempo, so great. 4 to 6, so on and so forth.
And one more development, another broker to potentially protect your economy going into these next turns here.
Yeah. I mean, that Hidden Blade, I'm assuming, will be fired off at that recruit. So that's totally fine. And Too Low for Zero going to that odd point tempo on 5. Probably fine too. Let's see how this plays out though. Okay, it looks like we don't have an easy play here, especially with so much might in the back. Let's see. Okay.
Like we're challenging the Candlelit Sanctum battlefield first.
Yeah, it looks like we want to see what's on top. See if there is a way to draw a card here, something impactful to this board. Important to note, as a reminder, we did bottom 2 challenges at the beginning of this game, so the ability to interact with Rake's backline pretty limited without finding some kind of sideboard card, like Falling Star.
Maybe he put Apothecary on top, valuing playing Apothecary to maybe keep his units alive here.
Yeah, I mean, I like that one. I mean, Apothecary also, compared to like an Inferno, right? More might on the battlefield. On defense. Okay, there. Forcing the Hidden Blade. Good. I mean, yeah. What else can you do there?
Right? Too low for 0, going to 5, I believe, but not ideal. It's an odd point tempo. Can't threaten to close out the game just yet.
Yeah, I think, you know, just forcing them to use the Hidden Blade is reasonable enough. Question is, are we reinforcing here? Looks like the answer going to be yes. Just the question is where. I think, like you mentioned before, Grim Apothecary is solid. I think as a choice, but it is on top of the deck, not currently in their hand if they placed it there. So hopefully there's one in hand, or maybe the plan is just Rengar.
Potentially we could bounce that Inferno and then replay her.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a huge might swing if it is a Grim Apothecary.
He did pass with all his runes up.
Yes.
So
Very what could it be?
what could it be? It could be a
could
red
there be
one,
a cat-shaped object approaching the battlefield?
But which cat?
Yes, true. I guess we'll see.
Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah. I do think, you know, for what it's worth, if I'm Rake, yes, the battlefields are a little stacked, but I do feel like probably has the tools here though. 6 energy, not the most. So luckily I'll just flip, you know, an Undertale. But I think it was smart for Too Low for 0 to specifically stack the Starlit Sanctum. You know, the battlefield where, you know, if Rake were to get over, would gain a lot of advantage, potentially, and not guaranteed, but most likely.
Looks like Rake is thinking about his options here.
Yeah,
can you see how many cards he has in hand? Is that 3 or 4?
From my angle, it might be 4.
4 cards, so decent amount of options. Looks like he's either trying to sequence things in his head, or that those options aren't necessarily the ones he's looking for.
Yeah,
here.
I mean, it might just be. I mean, Rek'Sai, most of the spells are pretty cheap, so if we think that, hey, this is a combination of 4 different 2-drop things, like there's a lot of plays to be made. Not counting like what you may want to save to flip off of a Rek'Sai.
Right.
So I could see them being kind of conservative here, right? Like as nice as it would be, just be like, oh, I'm gonna send Inferna over this Pit Rookie. We also, with all the runes left up, there is, I think, a lot of mental load here on how you want to approach this turn.
I mean, if you're taking a look at the battlefield, his might is weaker than Too Low for 0, and he has to think about what Too Low for 0 can do in response. He has that Rengar. He has 2 cards in hand. Yes, he's down cards, but even that Rengar alone can threaten so much might.
Oh, 100%. I mean, if it's as simple as like one of the cards in hand is a Thrill to Hunt, we are in a world of hurt if we are Rake without some additional tools here.
And he can't just march his units in 1 by 1 as well, because if he's marching those units in 1 by 1 and he loses one combat, a single fight, all your might's just gone. It's just so devastating for him.
Yeah, and it looks like we are probably setting up, I would imagine we have some kind of cleave or blood rush effect here to make this safe. Or maybe Too Low for others, like, okay, well, you put a lot of might here. I will just let this go. You go to 5. Now we're both at odd point tempos, and you know, if you want to try to step over the other battlefield, it's just not gonna happen.
I think I see the angle for Rake though. Yes, he could march an Inferno to try and pick off that Pit Rookie, but at the same time, if he Too Low for 0 plays Rengar to the other battlefield, could be devastating for Rake, could kill your Inferno. So opting instead to go for both Rek'Sai and Inferno, so it would be an even trade or a positive trade.
Okay, that Falling Star could definitely, you know, throw a wrench in things. Yeah, I think can definitely draw out some stuff here. If we only have 2 cards in hand, it will be tough to sequence things to get Inferno out of range of one of the Falling Stars. And if you're forcing out the Rengar at that point, that's not bad.
Not quite worth killing just the Hopeful either, because even if you swing that Honest Broker in, it's still going to be a 2 for 2. Maybe you want the gold from Honest Broker, but you're still trading at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, because my thing is, at that breakpoint, let's say you do, you know, shoot Inferno, shoot Noxus Hopeful, has 2 damage. You walk a guy in. At that point, you're also playing into a face-up Rengar that will buff it out of the range of lethal damage. It really depends on what's in Rake's hand. Like, if I have a Blood Rush there, maybe that is a great play. You know, that is enough to crest over that and, you know, do the trading I want. But we'll see. I mean, but he's got to use it or lose it. And it looks like we are going to use it. Are we? Yep, there's the gold, and this is the Falling Star. Yep. Okay, so we're setting that up, 1 on each, potentially. But maybe thinking better of playing around something like a, you know, Rengar signature spell. So we'll see.
So yes, Thrill of the Hunt,
So,
very
1 and
big
1?
here. If 2 Low for 0 has
3 and
it,
3, yeah.
plays down Noxus
Or, yeah,
Hopeful,
sorry, 3 and 3.
replays
So you're
it.
hitting each of
Inferno
them
goes to
once.
3, and then all he has to do is play Rengar or play another
In
unit
reaction
in response to that, buffing
Vanguard
Inferno
here.
to 4 and
Rengar there.
removing the targeting on Noxus Hopeful.
Yeah, and I like this play. Okay, so we're actually going to attack
Well-
the other battlefield. So right now, this Rengar is 6, and he can still put the +1
Give
on something else if he'd
See,
like.
I think I know what he's doing. He
Yeah.
might play
Rengar
Thrill of the
+1.
Hunt on his Inferno and replay it to the other battlefield.
Yes, I mean, even without that, like, this Rengar is cleanly
Okay,
getting over
so
what
the
we
next
have
results,
presented
they're
on
fine.
Rake's side.
Yo, who
on
printed this
Rake's.
card?
Yeah.
5
So the
energy,
Inferno dies.
recycle 1 for 6 might. I thought it was 5 might.
No, I mean, hey, orange, I think, outside of Master Yi, maybe not the most represented color outside of the Aurora strategies. So giving the mid-range skews, this powerful tool has made a huge difference, and we're seeing it bear out here. And it looks like, Rake gesturing to pick up the cards potentially. I mean, without a hidden blade, I don't know what you are interacting with here. It is pretty difficult on defense.
I mean, potentially he could call the week, right? But it would need for this interaction, this combat to resolve.
Exactly. Like, we're still going to lose everything here, and yeah, that's not great. So let's see. And oh, that's brutal because it also puts, oh no, this might just be locking it up. I just realized that, this will put us to 6.
Yes.
And then we will hold for the win. So this is do or die.
Yes.
What an exciting game coming out from these two.
Rake just deep in thought, thinking if there's a line, a way for him to get out of this situation.
Yeah, I mean, Call the Week would, buy you a turn, assuming, I mean, yeah, I guess it would just buy you a turn. There's not really a way to get around it without
unless he has a way to accelerate his units.
Yeah, another reaction unit.
Yeah. Reaction, Kaisa, just so many ways of getting onto the battlefield.
Yikes, yeah, and that's gonna happen. 2 low for 0, just finding this nice line. Yeah, very clearly he's comfortable on the deck, and like I guess it was obvious to him, and for us, we're just watching it unfold.
I mean, I was thinking it in the back of my head. I'm like, when do you want to play this Rengar? Likely after combat resolves, so that you don't get hit with the assault.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And so we have a Blood Rush here,
Okay.
going up to 6. I mean, that trades the Rengar. Oh no, it doesn't. It's 7. So okay.
I wonder if he's just going to trade here with Hopeful and then call the week the Rengar after.
Yeah. Show me the. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so.
And he has it all. Let's see. I mean, it
So
is.
that's 6 might on Broker. That's 9 might
So
on the other.
yeah. I mean, we really just need a hidden blade here.
Yeah, he might be okay because I believe he marked Hopeful with 3 damage previously. Remember?
True, but then we resolved a showdown when the
you're
jumped. There is no
right.
damage marked there.
Okay.
So this.
Wow. The
Yeah, and
professional sequencing from 0.
yeah, and I think like now we have to call the week to hold on for dear life. I don't imagine. Yeah. Wow. What an impressive game. I mean, we saw the Undertitan start again, and 2 low for 0. He's just built different.
He is built different.
Yeah, he's just throwing cats at people,
I felt like
and it's getting
Holding
there.
every day.
Yeah, and Rengar with the 3-0, cleaning it up. Congratulations to 2 low for 0. Amazing run. I mean, we took it to game 3, right? So I hope you guys really enjoyed those games because that was a ton of fun to cast.
Yeah, those games, not really any Dianas. We had 1, and then no Master Yi.
Yeah.
No normal Master Yi.
Right. I mean, we got to see these guys go the distance. I mean, technically, round 2, right? We did finish up kind of early, but we got that extra mileage in that Aurelia game, I think, was absolutely nuts.
Yes,
Yeah.
I really it was so fun to watch.
Yeah, we got to see a lot of these games, like, people finding ways to navigate these tough, tight situations, and I'm just impressed.
And that's why I don't go 3-0 at card art.
It's okay. I mean, it's just locals, right? So it's cool to see people like, sure, some people today made some mistakes. Sure, some people played some really tight games, but that's what it's all about, right? You got to get your reps in somewhere. Why not here? So yeah, really awesome. I guess that's pretty much our games for the day. So we've done our full 3 rounds. I don't think we'll have enough time to bring someone else up to fill in for the end of round 3. Really appreciate you guys coming through, but before we go, I guess we'll do it one more time for anyone who may have missed it. Just want to let you guys know, Card Art, in partnership with Game Corner, is going to be hosting a large Riftbound event during Genesis Black on August 29th over at Guildhouse. We're going to be doing a side event with a 64-person cap. And I'll have Liza tell us about the pricing for that.
Yeah, so a big case, a very, very big case worth lots of booster boxes in case you want to crack any boxes, in case you're feeling that itch for the person that wins it all. But of course, if you're still top 8, you still do get some prizings. We do still have 2 cases split among top 8, so even if you make top cut, you'll still walk away with something. Buy-in is at $65, and even if you don't make top 8 here, you'll still have chances to get stuff from our raffle packs, 4 pocket binders, maybe even the Irelia Lunar New Year bundle, which arguably might be better than the case itself, and of course the Ivern Chinese secret bundle, secret garden bundle that we've managed to import over here.
Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, in the lead up to that event on the 29th, we're gonna continue to stream every Friday and Saturday. So we hope that you can join us. Though next week we will be doing our pre-Rift events, so we may not have a stream for that day, but otherwise we will be firing it up. And if you're in the area or even out of the area and you want to participate, we will be putting signups up on Card Art's Discord as well as Game Corners, hopefully by the end of this weekend. And as a reminder, it's only 64 slots, so I imagine it will fill relatively quick. So if you're interested, feel free to come out to our weeklies and practice. And hopefully we'll see you there on the 29th. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll catch you around.
And hopefully I see you guys at Vendetta Pre-Rift next week as well.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing so many new legends on the week after.
All
right.
Bye.
All right, signing off. Thank you so much, guys.